Right, welcome everyone to Azerbaijan. Trying to get something really interesting working. That might actually be working, which will be good if we can. But yeah, Azerbaijan. I think it's going to work. Actually, I think it's going to work, but we'll find out later. Lando Norris, what have you done? Lando, blaming everyone else. I think it was just some bad laps, mate. Welcome along, everyone. Let me get this all ready. Yeah, I'm trying to get something work. I'm not sure whether it's going to work or not, but if we do get it working, oh god, it's going to be quite cool. Thanks, Chai. Welcome. Isabel. Lando switched positions with Checo. What? Has Checo got a big old grid drop? Has Checo got a big old grid drop? Why don't we need the ticker tape? If we don't have the ticker tape, we just won't know, will we? Let's get the old ticker tape up so we can be informed. Where did I put the old ticker tape? Here we go. Here we go. Nice. And the marquee text, and the marquee text as well. Oh, it was a joke. Okay, because Checo's actually doing really well. I was like, this is Checo resurgency. Welcome, Seema. After the castle section, what's going on here? Okay, starting grid. Let's get that in. Let's get that in the system. Nice early start, this. I really like this. Already made a video. Just absolutely on it today. Who was there? D6 was here early. Dark Cloud, Evan, Susie K, Vlacker, obviously. Aaron, Paul here as well. Hamilton starts from the pits. Hamilton starts from the pits. Why is Hamilton starting from the pits? What's Hamilton done? Chira as well in here. Black, a huge request. All watching, please share stream. Yes, yes, yes. Please, please, please share that stream on the socials. Tag me in it. Brian, prediction. Lewis end up in the same Raw with Russell today. I think I understand. I think I understand. PU issue. We're getting to that point of the season. Oh, what's our timer saying? Damn. Because really, there's 38 minutes to go. We're out on the timer. We're out on the timer. I needed to... The thing is, we can't really... It's going to make it look like we're massively in the past. New power unit. Okay, okay. Interesting to do it post-quali, I guess. Looks like a one-stop here as well. Either start on the mediums or start on the hards. Looks to be the strategy. We will see. Yes, I'm very excited for this race. I think it's going to be an exciting race. I think there's going to be red flags. I think there's going to be drama. I would love it if Piastri wins this race. I think I'm going to support... Well, be happy for Charles Leclerc as well. Or Sainz. Or Perez. Or Russell. Verstappen or Alonso. Or Colapinto. A.k.a. Colawinto. But it would be so exciting if Piastri were to win this. And what that means for Papaya rules. I need to read up on the Papaya rules rulebook. I'm not really... Yeah. Welcome, D6. Dark Cloud saying safety car. Is that a prediction? Seema Charles will whisper to his tyres again, maintain tyre deck and claim the win. Well, if it's going to be a one-stop, could be good. Can we do a poll on how long it'll be since the first yellow flag drops? We can do. I guess. I mean, what are we thinking? Lap 1. Welcome, Cat at Uji as well. Could you undercut on saying Papaya rules, please? How do you undercut on saying Papaya rules? You say it a bit earlier. You say it one word before you're expected to say it, and then you've undercut. So, hopefully, I'm going to get this thing working. I'm not sure, though. Just checking. Just checking. Um, is this going to work here? Is it going to work? I think. Ooh. Ooh. I think it might work. If I get this working, I'm going to be super, super, super happy. We have to do it sort of as live, I think. But yeah. Just bear with me a second. Just doing some stuff. So what does this say? Okay, yeah, because that's only a video. That's fine. I don't need that. I think I understand what's going on. Is this gonna work? So what I'm trying to do, everyone, is I'm trying to get the... I'm trying to get some more information for us up on screen. So... I just need to... Hang on, this is probably... And I'm trying to get the... Ah, it's live, eh? Okay, got it. I think this is going to work. Fingers crossed. I think we're going to get maybe radio messages up on the stream. I was thinking, what can we do to bring in? And I think I'm going to get it working. So I'm very excited for that. I did actually try this previously. I didn't put it on stream though, but I did manage to get it working. Welcome, Lucy. Hamilton helping his new team. At what point? What happens at the end of the season? Is there a conflict at the end of the season? By the way, what do we think about Williams yesterday with Alex Albon? Has anyone seen the video? Almost took out the mechanic. X Factor, why is Hamilton starting from 19th? We understand he's taking a grid drop because of a PU change. Working chemistry uncle as well. JS, how are you today? Who do you have top 3? Do you put Verstappen in the top 3 even? What about Mercedes? Mercedes are underdogs. Like Mercedes are underrated, I would say. See Mercedes pass Piastri on lap 1. Show Verstappen post-race interview, car bouncing up and down throughout quali. With how the car feels now, it doesn't bode well for the race. Okay, well there we go. Maybe that's answered my question. Reagan, question for the chat. If Lando is championship material, he should finish the race on the podium. Well, Lando wasn't exactly sounding super confident. He was saying, oh, the cars ahead of us have gone low downforce, which is unfair because we can't pass them. Well, that's how it came across a little bit. So we'll see. Maybe he's just sort of tempering expectations. Yeah, PU is the power unit, and there's also various other components that they're limited over the season. And I think we're getting to the point of the season where most teams are on their last power unit or relevant part of the car that they can't swap 2 times in the season, so there will be more grid place penalties. They could cut a deal with post-season testing. Anthony test with Mercedes, lose to Ferrari in cars, but that would make a lot of sense, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that make a lot of sense? So thank you to the company while listening to why fix your car. Which car is that? What car needs fixing? Suzy K sub counter. Let's get the old sub counter up. Let's get the old sub counter up. Let's see if we can do this. Let's see if we can get this done. I'm not sure we're going to be able to, but we will try. Let's see, is that going to work? Yes! Just unbelievable scenes here. Absolutely unbelievable scenes. 97,556. What a crazy number that is. What a crazy number. Beamy Meta, who do you think will win? I think Piastri could win it. I think Piastri's almost got nothing to lose now. Hasn't Piastri got nothing to lose? Because if he doesn't do well, it's like, oh, okay, for McLaren, Lando's still our guy. If he does do well, it's just full-on absolute chaos at McLaren. What power unit are the teams using? Well, there's different power unit providers. Ferrari, Mercedes. Not sure what Red Bull using at the moment. It's still technically Honda. And the Renault in the Alpine. Although soon to be a Mercedes, if you believe the rumours. Welcome, Rolf Light. Harvey Bay, QLD, Australia. Jay is saying Ferrari 1-2 with Oscar third, Charles for the dub. Okay, we'll see. Ah, I didn't change my... Hang on a second. I had to restart my computer. Is that right? Oh, hang on, I've got to just get this over. 1 second. Oh, you can see all the F1 manager action. Ah. 1 second. Yes! There we go. That's absolutely critical, because otherwise the gaps don't work. If mods can't do it, the mods can do everything. The mods have all control here. Track temp 47 degrees. Isn't that a lot hotter than yesterday? Wasn't it 28 air, 37 track yesterday? If I remember. If I'm remembering correctly. Welcome, Roy Thompson. The stream has no light goal. That's true. Well, we need to set a light goal. What do we think's ambitious? The thing is, it varies so much. We could set 1,000. 28 minutes to go, by the way. We could set 1,000. Dan, Red Bull and Honda power units for next season when their own ones. Red Bull Powertrains Limited. They will also provide these to RB. Yeah, that's when they hired all the people from Mercedes, right? It's very windy out there in Baku. Char, we can remove comments and ban people. You have the power to do that to us mods. Okay. So basically there's a chain of banning. Aston Martin have the only exclusive deal with Honda next. Oh, is Honda coming in next season? So Honda is swapping from Red Bull to Aston. Okay. I was surprised I haven't been more on top of that. 30 minutes to race start, as Stephen Hart asked. Yes, well, 27 minutes actually, to be precise. Norris should probably have changed the components at the back anyway. That's a very good point. Why did McLaren not just be like, okay, we'll put you right at the back? Maybe because it's a one-stop? Welcome, Marie Hudson as well. Red Bull's getting Ford. Red Bull's partnering with Ford. Anyone remember that? By the way, if you go to F1ord.com, someone go to F1ord.com, and where does it take you? Thanks, Chemistry. Yes, Aston is a Mercedes customer right now. They switch Honda for next season. Username, did Kireth really say Forza 8 was more realistic on racing? I've never said that. And Forza 8 doesn't... There's no game called Forza 8. So, not sure where you got that from. Their collaborators started 20... Yeah, I don't know what the title's for. Don't you kind of need a car manufacturer to be associated? Like Red Bull's had Infinity, Aston Martin... Also, Ford powertrains. No, I don't really know what Ford are doing on marketing. Ralph Piodo says, let's go Lewis Hamilton. Let's go Lewis Hamilton indeed. And Red Bull started its own engine project as Honda was leading F1. Yeah, Honda just need to work out what they're doing. A Honda in, a Honda out. Shaking it all about. Jack Villeneuve is there. Kind of shame he's not in Fuji this weekend. Doing some endurance racing. Switch for Aston Martin and Red Bull not happening. You mean Aston Martin and Honda not happening until 2026? Username Behrman looking very good. Yep, Behrman getting promoted. I think some people must have had some penalties. Well, Hamilton's gone down, hasn't he? That's why. How long till race start? 25 minutes till the race start. Yeah, it's not going to be a fun race for Lewis, I think. I think it's going to be absolutely brutal. Lucy Jack has been trackside causing chaos all weekend. He just says what he thinks. He's been there, done it, literally won the World Championship, refused to elaborate and left. Elder Moser, how long till lights out? 25 minutes. Red Bull had Renault and Honda, but they're Red Bull powertrains now. They're independent, but work together Honda and then Ford. You know, Red Bull, honestly, needs to just settle down with someone. They've been... How long have they been in F1 now? T. Franco Fiat Punto did well in quali. Yeah, P8 for him. Quite an empty grid walk. And to be honest, the grandstands opposite the grid are like kind of empty. They must be VIP grandstands, and the VIPs are doing their VIP things. Welcome, Rowan. Open race today, then. Do you mean turns out anyone can win? I think so. Ben, thanks for race start time. Got to try and get a shot for chips and fish. What are you going to get? What's the order? Let us know. You're getting a Savoy. Can we explain Savoy to people who are not... Can someone explain Savoy to people who aren't from England? Black Kireth, Google's not my friend today. Was that the Gemini thing? Did you get the AI? Was that an AI summary? Deja Vu King, hey, really appreciate Fantastic Video today. Shame not all mainstream journalistic outlets report in that way and get on like you did. Honestly, I have a big... Well, like I said in the video, and I work with some journalists that are really good journalists, I want to say that. But sim racing is just full of affiliate marketing, commission, conflict of interest stuff, right? And I don't know how you can report and say, oh, this company's gone into liquidation, and then the massive link is use our affiliate link to buy these products now. It just, am I crazy? Like, that's not, either you're a journalist or you're a journalistic website or outlet, or you're not. And I don't mind as much influencers doing it, because influencers are, you know, people who are trying to start something, and you know, they're just a person. But when big companies do it, it's like, but then again, I think it just reflects there's this kind of broken nature of journalism, and how do you pay for good journalism? How do they get paid? And at the moment, they can't exist unless they get enough advertising and commission revenue, so you have a conflict. And ironically, in this particular story, it's just me reporting on it. I would say, obviously I would say it, but like impartially, because this is just my hobby and I don't need to earn any money from it. But if you're a big company, like Overtake.gg, for example, one of these big companies is owned by Porsche. Like, they need to justify their keep and everything. Anyway, my thoughts, little rant. Can Norris finish top 6? I doubt it. Unless you get it right with a safety car, you go really long. Do you think Norris is going to start on a hard tyre then? Stephen, my money's on Leclerc today, and I'm a McLaren fan. Welcome, Christina S. as well. Good to see you. These Grand Slams are empty ass. Exactly what I was thinking. Dr. Anoshi's Psychosis Lab. What's the story behind the Psychosis Lab? What's going on there? A Savoy is a type of highly seasoned bright red sausage that is commonly boiled and served in fish and chip shops in Britain. Savoys can also be fried in batter. I've never had a fried Savoy because... And apologies, but I'm not a massive Savoy eater. Do you eat the red Do you eat the red skin on it? And if you don't eat the red skin on it, what do you do with it in batter? Actually, I have had a batter Savoy, and I didn't know what to do with the red skin, I remember. Seema Charles appears to have this track lot like in Monaco's indeed. Mary, you're going to have a carvery in Goldmist with my hubby Melvin. Big shout out to Melvin. Going to the Tobies. Marcus Yambo, Piastri flew in, but I'd be happy to see Sainz Leclerc up there. Yeah. Scripty, welcome to Lewis. PU replacement. Welcome, Matt McGuigan. Double Mac in the house. Chemistry, Russell might win it. That Mercedes has the best line speed. Were you looking at the speed traps? Are you pouring over the speed traps? Chias, Lucy said the trackside grandstand had about 5 people in. I'm guessing it must be VIP. Norris losing P2 and WDC. Oh, is that going to be Charles? Is Charles going to overtake him? Welcome, Reagan. Just shouting my name. Doctor, I noticed I took too many drugs and broke myself. Long story, no sympathy required. Well, that's a that's a sentence that I'm sure there's a lot of backstory behind that. Welcome back, Martin. It's okay. We can say Verstappen might DNF on lap 1. I think that's okay. I think that doesn't that's not a death threat. Reagan, at this stage of the season, who's to shout for WDC? I think still Verstappen. Yeah. Is that the Seub subscribe? Is that the Ronaldo subscribe? Well, I'm trying to get. Ooh. Ah. OMG, chat. OMG. OMG. Hang on. I need to even get the proper keyboard out here. This could be interesting. We might have radio. Well, Rudrant, you're going to see. We might have radio. Whoa, we can't come back and say get like that's going to get struck down. That's going to get struck. It's kicked off now. It's kicked off. Welcome here, Esparta from Ghana. Good to see you. We'll get some people from Ghana in the stream. Is it? I don't want to say the wrong capital city. Does it begin with A? Okay, so bear with me here. I'm going to need to go to studio mode, which I don't know how to do. So bear with me here. It's absolutely insane to do this live. Like, it's just what am I doing? Okay. Are we ready? So we're going to get this off studio mode. These are going to be radio messages. And track stuff. Oh, look, here we go. Chat. Game changer. Game changer. Let's just keep it to the chat. Where did these go? I think it's time for me. I'm out. I'm out. This is more important. Where do we put this? Thing is, because it's a sliding thing. Yeah, don't worry. We'll make it bigger. Chat, help me out here. Logistically. Logistically, where's this going to go? Strop the sectors. 18 minutes. National Anthem 2002 minutes. Chat, where do we put this? Yeah, but no, but there's going to be times here. On top of the track for now. I think this needs to be much bigger. Oh, damn it. We could have it like here and lose ticker above sub goal, below straight. Oh yeah. Is that going to be big enough though? I don't think we need to have a whole page of messages, and I think it's going to flow very quickly. Is that too small? Yeah, it's going to go really fast. It's going to go really fast. I'm using my phone, it's a bit bigger. Hang on. I think we've got to lose the subscriber thing. Because I think then we can put it here. I think that's pretty better, isn't it? And now it's just like way too much text. But okay, but that can go under my armpit. In fact, that fits really neatly under my armpit. It's almost like it was designed like that. That's a good spot. Okay, let's see if it all works. Surprised we haven't got any more in. Okay, let's see what happens, chat. We could also have one message over the ticker tape. Can't the 100k goal be below sub count? That's a great point. This is a great example of just sometimes if you just ask for help, it's just so much better than thinking, oh, I could do everything myself. I don't need any help. I know best. And then you like, someone points out something you're doing really stupidly, like actually. Is it just going to be steak at the moment? We're getting steak radio. Steak FM. Okay. Yeah, is it Azerbaijan national anthem? Is it a banger or not? What do we think? Jester perfect. Catty says maybe use a ticker. I think the ticker you'd only get one though. Unless I could split it and it would... I could split it. I could split it and it would sort of go from left to right. I can visualize that. Yeah, race is in 13 minutes. Are we going to get egg and chip? No. Peter Pavia, believe Daniel will win. Daniel will what? Tipesky's right on time. Very nice. If Ricardo dances, you know it's a banger. Charles Leclerc is only the second Ferrari driver ever to take 4 straight poles at the same venue. The other one must be Michael Schumacher, surely. Julie, where can you watch F1? Sky Sports in the UK. RTL, I believe, this week in Germany. If you're in those countries. Marie says we're going on silent mode now. Stealth mode. Tell Toby Carvery to put us up. Welcome, Craig. Rory Pilkington, how far up will Hamilton get from the pit start? I don't know. Crazy A's. Right, I have to go set my laptop on the front of me to watch you while watching the race on TV, but that's in Greek, so I'll stick with you, mate. How is the Greek commentary? Adrian, I'm on Japan time, so it's just checking. I'm here because the most knowledgeable professional channel. Great to have you with us, Adrian. I hope all is well in Japan. Have we just got a state? Do I need to select something?
brakes just don't feel like they have great deceleration. Hopefully they improve, but similar feeling to the start of Q1.
Understood.
Wow, that is an insane feature, but I don't think we'll be doing that. Catty says, Pindakas, please. I'm not sure what that means. Okay, 11 minutes to go. Oh, hang on. Do I need to keep it there, right? Gary's watching in Oman. Let's do a nations chat. Oh my goodness, there's so many things now going on in the HQ. So many things in HQ. Let us know where in the world you're watching from, everyone. Time for the nations check. Toto Wolf is out there. It's funny when someone's speaking and you have to listen to them and like, what do? You just like nod. Need to watch back some of my interviews. Here we go. Netherlands, India, Australia, South Africa, Croatia, Netherlands, Australia, UK, Netherlands, Croatia, Philippines, England, India, UK, Netherlands, Finland, Japan, Australia, South Africa. Who's winning? Is it Australia? I think it's Australia. Is this more prime time in Australia? South Africa, Thailand, Zimbabwe, Bali, Australia, Iowa, Cheshire. I think it's going to be Australia here. Kelvin and Alison from New Zealand. Guadeloupe. That might be our first viewer from Guadeloupe. Aussies, Qatar, Australia, USA. I think it's Australia. I just want to check. Have I got... Do I need to like tick all of these? Maybe I need to tick all of them. England is 12:51 PM in Bali. Is that AM? AM, right? 9 PM perfect. Ah, it's prime time. Isbel in Germany as well. Okay, well we're just 9 minutes away. Is it a big problem if we just have stake for this race? Or maybe it's only scanning stake at the moment. I don't know. You know what I could do? I could get the latest race control messages. Hang on, let's try and be really ambitious here. Let's try and be really ambitious. There's no way this can go wrong. Absolutely no way this can go wrong. Chat. Oh, we got Carlos. What do you think of that, chat? Nice. Okay, 7 minutes to go. Chat, please, if you enjoyed the stream, please do share it on the socials. Hit that red share button underneath. Adding some new stuff. What's the chance of a safety car? Very high, I would say. Very, very, very high. Actually, I need to move that up. I haven't done that quite right. That's the latest message. Thanks, Miss Jingle Smiley Miley, for subscribing. Appreciate it, my friends. Philippines in the house again, I see. Philippines won yesterday. It was another win for the Philippines. Track surface slippery. Okay. Adrian, some friends think Norris can get on the podium. Is Norris? What's Norris rating in Japan? Is Norris big in Japan? Rick, excited to watch F1 live next week in Singapore. Are you going to be at a circuit in Singapore? Let us know. It'd be great to have you dropping into the stream and letting us know sort of how it's going on the ground there. Thanks, Rory. Appreciate it. Thanks for sharing. Why is Lewis 19? Because it sounds like... why did Lewis cross the road? Because he took a power unit. There we go, chat. Right, we need to set a like target as well. What's the like target? I'm going to pin the like target. I'm going to go rogue. I think we do 500, right? Like target, 500. Please hit the like button. I feel like a proper streamer today. I don't know why. I feel like Vlak is back and it's all like, it's good energy. It's good. It's just damn good vibes. So State get on their radio early, presumably. Do you see the smash in F2? I heard about it. I heard there was some smash because they don't have anti-stall, but I didn't know exactly what it was. I didn't see it, no, to answer your question directly. Okay, so we are just 5 minutes away now. How's Colapinto going to do here? What if Colapinto beats Albon? Lucy, let the chaos begin. Well, we're expecting red flags. We're expecting red flags here. The F2 crash was bad. I heard, was it Maney didn't get off and Maney got hit? Big Kush. Stam, Singapore GP is awesome. Can you not catch at the track? You can choose whatever food and drink from normal places. Honestly, it's the same with Monaco. I've never been to Singapore GP, but I've been to Monaco quite a few times. It's the most reasonable GP experience you can have, ironically. It's like the worst. It's like the best kept secret. Smiley says Colapinto P1. Wow. Max Verstappen says Clem Fandango, can you hear me? I'm very excited. Round 17, Baku, Azerbaijan. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't take it early. Take it before quali. But anyway. I'm surprised Norris hasn't taken one, unless McLaren are very confident. But that might make a difference for a few championship points. It'd be a shame if Norris qualifies pole somewhere and then takes a PE penalty, won't it? Would you rather go from pole to 10th or from 15th to 20th? I think you'd rather go 15th, 20th. That's me. Are we ready, everyone? Are we ready? Trudy Weaver, we have a great race. Everyone, go Max, go. Slam, oh, and Singapore Grand Prix is great because of the night atmosphere and tactical teammate crashes. What? Crashgate? Nicholas Legion, what's the aero setup? Oh, well, Lando was saying the cars ahead of him have low downforce setup. He was disappointed by it. He's like, it's going to be difficult to pass them. They race us so hard. Welcome Dimitri Coqueet in the house. Kelvin Alison snipping an Ardbeg whiskey waiting. Is that Kelvin or Alison? Who's sipping on the whiskey? I think it's Alison. Rory, go Leclerc, go. Is it going to be another win for Charles Leclerc? 2 out of 2. Everyone, didn't they? Isn't it? Yeah, anyway. I was going to go on a massive tangent. Didn't they change Russell's engine because of debris in the oil? I'm not sure. Can't remember. First 8 cars on medium, by the way. First 8 cars on medium. Everyone on medium apart from Ricardo, Lando, Zhou Guanyu, Gasly, Knock-on. So, Lando is going to be on the hard, as we thought. Why? He can go longer, and it gives him more of a window where if there's a safety car, he might benefit. Andrew, Ferrari doing great this past couple of weeks. Hammer time, yes. Everyone P13 above on medium. Well, okay, maybe some conflicting information from some teams, but Albon looks like he might be on hards. I wonder if they have a person who walks up and down the grid and kind of peers to see. First yellow flag colour Pinto. Let's find out. Working Bob Badger. Only 1 minute to go, by the way, till formation lap starts. Kelvin, nervous Red Bull. Welcome, haters. Amy, wonder if McLaren had team orders today. Oscar, we need you to drop back and help out Lando. Oscar, can you hold up the whole field? Right, all the mechanics leaving the pits. Pits leaving the grid. And we are about to start the formation lap. Podium predictions. I think I would be interested if Piastri wins this. But let's see. We don't know. It's so much anticipation now. 3 o'clock local time. Ready for the GP. The cars actually leave on the formation lap. Looks like the radio might be a little bit delayed. That's okay. Black at lunchtime on silent mode, be back ASAP. Rick would be fantastic if Hamilton overtakes all, we'll see. Smiley's home for Piastri. Chat, who do you think's going to win? Who do you think? Let us know in the chat before the race starts. Yeah, so Lando starting on that hard tyre. Interestingly, Dark Cloud's hyped up. Amy's too tired to watch this, but wants to see Oscar and Lando. Oh, what's the time in Barbados? Is it early in Barbados? Is it 5 AM in Barbados? Rodney saying Oscar. Adrian saying Oscar. Isabel Flug saying Charles. Junhao Kai saying Checo. Well, brave. Mr. Jingles saying not going to be Max. Dark Cloud. Anyone in the top 6 can win it. 7 AM in Barbados. And 100 likes, everyone. Thank you so much. We're 1/5 of the way. Please hit that like button if you're already subscribed. And if you're not subscribed, just hit the subscribe button. Trying to get to 100k subscribers. We could do a big push in this stream, but whatever happens, happens. Max saying Max. Wilson, can you let us know what you see when they're doing formation? Well, this timing will be very quick, actually. What I can see is, I think Lewis Hamilton... No, it wouldn't be Hamilton. But I saw a Mercedes. Hamilton saying, what's the reason you're taking the blankets already? He's saying, I want to keep that temperature in the tyres. Mo saying Piastri P1. Dominic Oscar drop into Lando. Jimmy saying Oscar. Thomas Oscar. Jay saying Latifi. Welcome back, Professor of Logic.
Okay, crack on.
And Louis Cypher as well. Welcome both. That's 4-month membership between the two of them. When's the race starting? Right now. John saying Max. Is Piastri going to be aggressive lap 1? So Charles Leclerc is coming down the home straight, the long home straight. We're picking out his grid slot. Stephen watching from Wigan. Stephen, you're a little bit delayed, my friend. Could someone let Stephen know in the chat that he should hit the live button? Anyone who won the WEC? Wasn't it Porsche? Was it the factory Porsche team? Who's in that factory team? Is it Vantor? I can't remember. Estre? David, come on, Lando. Let's see what you're made of. Amy, McLaren fans saying they want Max Charles to win because Lando's ruining his starts. Adrian says Albon can win. It could be a crazy race. Let's see. Free pizza and beer offer. I don't think it's still valid. You had to redeem it in the past stream. And it was a great offer. I got pizza and 2 non-alcoholic beers for £15. And Dobles. I probably could have got the whole thing for 10 or maybe even less than 10. Katie's rooting for Lando. Hopefully Pironi are happy with it and they want to do it again. There we go, by the way. Oh, in fact, the live time is gone already, but I'm gonna call it as I see it. I'm gonna call it as I see it, and I'll join up. But we are underway here in Baku. But I'm gonna call the start as I see it. A little bit delayed. The marshal walks behind with the green flag. One hand in his pocket. It's very casual. 5 red lights. Red lights go out. And is it going to be a good start from Oscar, who was on the inside? No, not great. In fact, he's under pressure from a Red Bull and a Ferrari behind. Checo Perez battling with Carlos Sainz for P3. In fact, Checo Perez is going to get ahead of Carlos Sainz. So Perez up to P3, Sainz P4, Verstappen P5. And a lot of side-by-side behind. There's a drag race between. It must be Behrman and either Albon or Colapinto. Great to see there. And it's Behrman is trying to split the Williams. But I think he's just going to end up behind. I'll catch up with the live timers because Charles Leclerc is making a run for it here. Charles Leclerc making a run for it. Charles Leclerc making a big old run. Chasing Noble is facing Leclerc. Oh, I'm not sure. I didn't see a lot of Leclerc kind of support there, to be fair, but there we go. No yellow flags, no red flags at the moment. Great start from Behrman. Yeah, Behrman was properly involved there, trying to get past Albon, and he was side by side. What happened to Lewis? Lewis started from the pit lane. He's already ahead of Ocon though. And now he's in the mix. Are we going to see hammer time from Hamilton? What's Hamilton going to be up to in this race? Jay likes the circuit. We're underway and already a lap in. Oh, Stroll's got a puncture. Stroll's got a puncture. So Lance Stroll didn't have the best qualifying anyway. Has had to come in from the puncture. Was that contact with someone else? Or was that debris? Will be interesting to see. Stroll hit the curb. Did he get a penalty from hitting the curb? Did he hit the curb on the last corner? So Stroll had to dive into the pits, and it was 4 wide down the straight. Lando Norris involved, an RB Cash App. Nico Hulkenberg. In fact, both RB Cash Apps. So Lando Norris really trying to move through. Yes, Lando's up to P12. So remember, he was 17th, went up to 15th, right? And now he's P12 already. So Lando is making his way through. But have a look at the gap at the front, because it is Leclerc and Piastri, and they are dropping Sergio Perez. Norris flying. Yeah, not the one for Lance Stroll there. Although I guess lap 1 is better than getting a lap 1 potentially. DRS enabled now as well, so DRS is enabled. Have I got this at the wrong setting? Hang on. No. Anyway. Don't know what I've done differently here this time. Bear with me. Don't I have one on top? Hang on, bear with me. There's something I normally... Oh, Jesus. I'll have to try and work that out. Hang on. Something's gone different here. I changed something. Let me just bear with me. Let me try and get this right. Ah, there we go. So it's like that. Now you can see at least the times, right? I'll have to fix it for the next one to make it super nice, but let me just get this kind of like this. There we go. Is that okay, everyone? Is that okay? Will that do? Hang on. Hang on a second. Ah, it doesn't matter. That's pretty good enough, isn't it? That'll do. That'll do. Seems fine. Yeah. I just wanted to make sure I could see the times and then see what lap times people are doing. So, must have changed some zoom or something. Yeah, so last start at the back. Where's Lando now? Lando up to P11. And Leclerc now over a second ahead of Piastri. Okay, and Piastri... So Perez is still kind of there or thereabouts. As you can see. And then it's... Norris has got ahead of Hulkenberg. So now Norris... I wouldn't be surprised if Norris is going to set purple sectors here. Yuki's broken. What's happened with Yuki? I don't know where he is. 16th at the moment. Not that unusual. Wonder what will happen if I stretch this. Oh no, I can't. I'd have to... Okay, I might stretch it. Hang on. Been trying to be too ambitious here for my own good. Will that do for the moment? So we got kind of like everything we need there. There we go, just maximizing the space. Okay, so it's a bit like different angle. Okay, so Piastri within a second of Charles Leclerc. No major drama yet. Hamilton is has got ahead of a load of drivers. Hamilton from the pits up to P15 already, which is crazy. Hamilton started from the pits, but he's now got through that pack of like just absolutely washed cars. And now he's got to do what Norris has just done. Can't see rank in the left. You should be able to see rank. Rank is there. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the rank. Yuki out contract with Stroll. Okay. 0.7 now between Piastri and Charles Leclerc. 0.8. So he's within DRS. Exact same time to Piastri and Leclerc last lap. Yes. Good spot. Exactly the same lap time. Exactly the same. Hamilton doesn't really have good pace, apparently. So are we going to see Piastri just try and stay there? This might become a battle of tyre degradation, as we've seen before. Who's got the better tyre deg? And Leclerc was better in Monza. Have drivers ever fought in F1 or F2? What do you mean, like fought? Like Michael Schumacher going over and seeing David Coulthard? Adrian saying McLaren has got more straight line speed. Hamilton not a fan of the tyre at the moment as well. Professor remembers Senna getting out of the car a bit heated at Michael for dangerous driving. Ironic. 0.9 still the gap from Leclerc to Piastri, but Piastri was 0.3 faster last lap, but now Charles Leclerc was 0.3 faster than Oscar in Sector 1 this lap. So there's a real battle there. And I have to say, I'm a bit surprised Lando hasn't really sort of gapped Hulkenberg massively. Colapinto, by the way. Colapinto just chilling in P8 in the Williams. I mean, how awesome is that to see? From Big Cola. Piastri getting better with tyre deg, but I don't know if he can keep up with Leclerc. This is all going to be about tyre deg, really. I think. This is exactly what we saw at Monza. It's sort of like poker where some of the cards are face up, like the pace, but some of the cards are in your hand that only you can see, like the tyre deg. Stroll's all alone. Yeah, he'll be okay. He's a big boy now. Fuck, he's going the wrong way. Stroll, what are you doing? Driving the wrong way. So 1.6 now. Piastri must have made a big error. In fact, Sector 2, it looks like Piastri made an error here. And he's dropped off. You can see. So interesting to see whether Piastri... Because if Piastri has a lot of pace, you'd imagine he'll make that gap up pretty quickly. So let's see. Let's see what Piastri's going to do now. Louis Oscar setting fast lap so he's going to destroy his tyres. Well, Charles doing the same. The gap's 1.6. I think Oscar made a mistake in Sector 2 last lap. That's my hunch. There's a Tsunoda train for sure. Hamilton needs to get into Gasly, really. He is within DRS now. And Perez saying, I'm starting to see the signs on their tyres. So Perez may be saying that there's already going to be some deg. Maybe, are we going to see someone do a two-stop? Who would do a two-stop here? Maybe if you're Valtteri Bottas, maybe you do a two-stop to get out of the Tsunoda train. So keep an eye on that. Chai, confirm Stroll patch due to contact with Tsunoda. Okay. Maybe Tsunoda's got a bit of damage as well because Ricciardo's quite a long way ahead. Has Zach told Piastri to slow down for Norris yet? No, it hasn't quite happened yet. Miko, Lando closing in on Behrman. Yes, now he's made that jump to Behrman, and I'd imagine down this straight we're going to see the swap because 6/10 with DRS as one of the Haas cars. Did they hit the barrier? No, not quite. Not sure why I'm being shown that. So will Norris be able to get ahead of Behrman in the straight, or will this be an example of Behrman having that really slippery car? Crazy to me, this is as bad as Monaco to me. It's hard to overtake. I think the home straight makes it a lot easier. In fact, I'm surprised Norris has. No, Norris has. Norris has got ahead of Behrman there. So Norris ahead of Behrman. So now Norris is going to get into Albon and Colapinto. So where do we think Norris is going to end up here? I think Norris is going to eat up Albon, Colapinto and Alfonso. So I think Norris is looking at a pretty easy P7 here. Pretty easy P7. Arnell saying Lewis can't pass Gasly. Yeah, well, I feel like we saw that before. Did we see that at Monza as well? A little bit? Or there were some plays where Hamilton just couldn't get past an Alpine. Now, Norris is on the hard tyre as well. Norris on the hard tyre. Worth remembering, Lando's on the hard tyre. Look how much he's dropped Behrman here. Now you've got Hülkenberg behind Behrman as well. So Behrman's be doing his own race here. I think he might not want to fight Hülkenberg too much, but he might want to manage some tyres and keep ahead of Ricciardo and try and keep everyone else behind him. Charles Leclerc set fastest first sector, fastest second sector. Will it be fastest third sector? Why is Charles Leclerc on a march like that? 6/10 quicker in the first sector than Oscar Piastri. So hang on, Charles Leclerc is really turning the screw here. That is a blistering lap there. He's was a second quicker than Piastri's previous lap. Professor saying looks like the mediums are struggling already. Well, not for Charles Leclerc. What's the Norris pace like? Nando Norris ended on 149.1, which is interesting because it was a pretty clean lap and he had tow coming into turn 1 from Behrman. Very interesting here, chat, with the pace. Russell saying, I think a plastic bag went in the left side airbox. Well done, Baku. So now Norris needs to make up that gap, keep the tyres in the window, and then try and make his way past the Williamses. Meanwhile, Piastri, 2.6 seconds behind. Feels like Charles Leclerc might have this one. Feels like Charles Leclerc might have this. Yeah, pretty clean race so far. The contact between Tsunoda and Stroll aside. Professor says, looks like those on mediums are struggling with the rears and Lando's doing better than them. That's from Lando's engineer, okay. So maybe the hard tyre strat from Lando is sort of 5D chess. Lucy confirming Russell does have a plastic bag in the air duct. Hopefully, for Russell's sake, he won't have to pit early. Maybe they'll convert it to a 2-stop so they can pit and pull it out. Darko Pring, I think Lando still have a chance to win. Oh, well, let's see if there's going to be a safety car. If there's a safety car, you've got to work out whether you're going to box or not. Yeah, Stroll boxed because he had a puncture. Karen, we've got Checo in the podium for GTA 6. Yeah, Sergio Perez right now in P3. But Max Verstappen just ominously there. Ocon saying he's stuck behind this guy. Well, no offense, Ocon, you're in P19, so it's up to you. Welcome, Ronan Spurden, Stuart Whipley, and Vape Up Your Game. Thanks so much for subscribing. Really appreciate it. Can we push and get to 97,600 subscribers? If you're watching, enjoying it, and not subscribed. D6, someone is playing checkers against someone who's playing 11-dimensional chess on the circuit. Well, Sergio Perez, 1.2 behind Piastri now. Interesting that Lando seems to have the pace on the hards, but Piastri relatively is struggling. Piastri slower last lap than Perez and Sainz as well. I wouldn't say the Norris pace is really good, by the way. If you compare the Norris pace with the front leader's pace, it's not great. But but the Norris pace is better than the drivers around him, which is what matters for the moment. And at least for Norris's sake, he's in clear air right now. Welcome, Amy Wolf. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. And yeah, Leclerc continues to gap Piastri here. And wonder what's Verstappen feeling like? 10.6 off the lead. Verstappen, can he kind of catch up with Carlos Sainz? Karen saying Perez is fired up. Isabel, Piastri could be struggling with tyre deg already. Why did it say race? I don't know. It's not a big deal, in my opinion. Smite saying Ricciardo is going to catch Behrman this lap. Yeah, Behrman's really dropped off into that pack, and Hamilton is still P15. Hamilton hasn't been able to make the progress that Lando Norris was able to make, interestingly. Verstappen saying he's got 0 bite in the car. And Professor's been watching Lando Norris on board, saying he looks buttery smooth. Thanks for reporting in on that. So Lando looking good right now on the hard tyre. As Colapinto boxes. Welcome, Dan. Colapinto boxes. So Colapinto, are you doing a 2-stop? Or are you going to go to the end now on hards? 0 bite means he's not getting the grip on turning, I'd say. Feels like he's siding too much. Louis, Leclerc and Oscar are flirting with danger with these lap times. What do you mean? Are they too fast? Icarus moment. So Colapinto puts on hard tyres. And that might be because Williams are like, hang on a second, the hard tyre is just a better tyre here. So they now have the option to try and go for a very long 1-stop. Or they can do a 2-stop that would be medium hard. I don't know what new sets they have available. But I believe they just put a new set on Colapinto of hards now. At 1-stop, Amazon was saying 1-stop was the strategy. Amazon was saying the default strategy is the 1-stop. Welcome, Yolanda Vestig. What is the weather saying right now in Baku? Carlo Pinto is boxed. Carlo Pinto. Zoe, well, I start singing or Red Bull, this girl is on fire. Okay. Right. Sergio Perez. There's interesting gaps at the front. You can see he's sort of stretching out a little bit. Leclerc really leading the pace. Is Verstappen coolly managing the tyres? Hadiyaya, maybe Sainz is managing his tyre like in Monza to hold up McLaren Red Bull. We'll see. Welcome Fatboy Slow and Simon Mazzilli as well. Welcome on board. Yeah, track temp was 47, wasn't it? Wasn't it very hot? But maybe people in the top didn't want to take the risk of the hard tyre. But Alfonso pits. Alfonso in the pits here. So, will that cascade any pit stops from the likes of Alex Albon? Will Alex Albon pit next lap? Lando will be going long here, and this is just sort of clearing the path for Lando because Lando's already on the hard tyre. So this is great news for Lando. As there we go, Valtteri Bottas, who I thought might pit to get out of the Tsunoda train, even though Zhou Guanyu's got ahead of Tsunoda. He's boxed as well. Are these 1 stops or 2 stops? Alfonso Ferdinand. Amy keeps positive. We have many laps to go. Who are you supporting, Amy? Let us know. Cat, Forza Charles, and so forth. Did Colapinto just undercut Alonso? Maybe. No, he didn't. Because Alonso's come out ahead. If you're Williams, you're splitting the strategy. Yes, maybe. Maybe. Rube Van Gelder says, let's go Lando. So Valtteri box there. Daniel, remember not to pull the golden pipe if you need to. Is that a euphemism? Sunny weather in Baku, 26 degrees. If Oscar pits now, where will he come out? Great question. Assuming a normal sort of 20-second... But I feel like the loss here might be... Oh, Verstappen boxes! Verstappen boxes early. And did Lando box? Did Lando box as well? No, who's that? Who boxed with Verstappen? Who boxed with Verstappen there? Russell, it must be Russell. So Verstappen and Russell box. He's out earlier than I was expecting. Maybe the hard tyre is just looking really good, and therefore these teams... so no, my picks for I thought Verstappen had come to stop, but he hadn't. So Verstappen and Russell box and Hamilton. Basically a double stack there for Mercedes. You want to get on the hard tyre. Verstappen gets on the hard tyre. It was a decent stop, a 3.1. So you want to be on that hard tyre. Okay, Tsunoda boxes as well. So Verstappen, they've even put him out in traffic. They thought that was best for some reason. So Verstappen now needs to get past Ricciardo, Behrman, Hülkenberg, some of whom might already be on the hard tyre. Well, Ricciardo's on the hard tyre. So Ricciardo's already on that hard tyre. And Alex Albon, who started on the hards, is up to P5. And Lando Norris in P6. Isabel Red Bull speaking strategy. Let's see if Perez comes in, because if they just feel like, hang on, you don't want to be on mediums in this race. Russell Jackman dropped him hard. Maybe. Two new messages. There we go. Tsunoda comes out there. So yeah, Perez does pick. So then they're not splitting strategies here. They want their drivers here on the hard tyre. They want their drivers on the hard tyre. So that's what we're planning for. That's why I'm reading this, is maybe with the tyre temps and the track situation. Max Verstappen trying to get past Daniel Ricciardo, his ex-teammate. Was he able to do it on the straight? Yes, he was, and fighting with I think there's an issue with telemetry there. But Verstappen was able to get past Ricciardo on the home straight. No coming together like we've seen in the past. Iconic moments. Verstappen's had a few moments down the straight here, and there was Sergio Perez coming out. So Sergio Perez comes out behind Lando Norris. Flint, Norris go long, one stop, take the win. Welcome Tabe Mawape as well. Let us know if you just joined the stream halfway through. We can welcome you in. What's happened to Hamilton? He started from the pit lane, took a PU replacement. But it's really, I mean, and now he's taken another stop here. Presumably Hamilton was already on the hard, so I don't fully understand the Hamilton on... I don't fully understand why Hamilton's pitted the same lap as Russell. Chase, if Norris can one-stop, he might podium. Dart saying Piastri might be in here. What are McLaren going to do? What are McLaren going to do here? Let's see. And how long will Leclerc go? Will Leclerc box? Will Leclerc box? Or will he go really long if he's managing the deg? I mean, Leclerc knows that tyre, knows that Ferrari inside out. So we will see. I need to get myself... Hang on a second. Okay. Always get that on message. Casey says, who is you? Me, Paul. Okay, Ollie Behrman comes in as well. So Behrman boxes. And Perez and Norris really close together. Sergio Perez hasn't boxed yet. So what's going on there? Has Lando Norris just overtaken Perez on pure pace? No, Perez has boxed. Perez has boxed. So Perez is a front runner of the drivers who's already boxed. Chat, is Perez looking really good here? Perez is the first driver who's boxed. Like, Lando's got a box. Albon's got a box. Sainz, Piastri, Leclerc. So how far? Perez is 26 seconds behind, but might be on a better tyre than Leclerc, Piastri and Sainz here. I'm just wondering whether Perez is playing some 8D chess. Hubert has been absolutely cooking. What are McLaren doing? Just waiting, I think. Oh, Tsunoda's in again, right? Tsunoda's already boxed? Can't remember. Yeah, Tsunoda, there must be an issue with Tsunoda because he'd already just boxed. Not sure what was going on there. And Perez and Lando Norris having a real battle. As Piastri boxes, there we go. So Piastri boxes. Piastri boxes, where is he going to come out relative to Sergio Perez? That's a big question. Where is he going to come out compared to Sergio Perez? Because Piastri was ahead of Perez. It was Leclerc, Piastri, Perez. What's going to happen here on the exit? Oh, Lando's involved as well. Oh, looks like Piastri might have come out ahead of Perez and Lando Norris. So, look at that. Imagine if Piastri had come out sort of really close to Lando. So, good work from McLaren there to get Piastri out ahead of Sergio Perez. And now, what happens here with Papaya rules, chat? What does Papaya rules mean in this situation? Should Piastri hold up Perez and then let Lando through? Should Tsunoda's in the pits again? Should Piastri just absolutely sacrifice this race here? Chat, can someone let me know what Papaya rules means in this situation? Tsunoda, I see it's frustrating. Alfonso passed Daniel Ricciardo as well. Yes, indeed. And great work from Haas as well, getting Nico Hülkenberg out. Sergio Perez having a great battle with Lando. I think they were swapping positions. Sergio Perez got a move done into turn one. Piastri rules now. Alan, I feel this track works better in a sprint. It's been ages since we had a sprint race. So here we go. We've got Piastri, Perez, and Lando. Remember, Alex Albon needs to pit. But Alex Albon's just done his best lap of the race previous lap. So maybe Albon is... sorry, Tsunoda. Did he get damaged from Stroll? That's... Yeah, I think it might be from that contact with Stroll where Stroll got the puncture. I think that's probably on Lance Stroll, by the way. Oh my goodness, most of his side pod was missing. So is it the radiator there kind of exposed? Leclerc boxes, by the way. Charles Leclerc in. Perez has the fastest lap. Charles Leclerc in. Where's Leclerc going to come out? Hold your horses, everyone. Charles Leclerc comes out. Oh, not ahead of Alex Albon, or is he? We don't know. So look at that mix of drivers there. Some who have boxed, some haven't. Lando Norris can kind of see the race leader, but he's now a pit stop behind unless he can go longer. Charles Leclerc ahead, I believe, of Alex Albon. Yes, he exited the pits ahead of Alex Albon. And he was able to just about hold on to it. That was a big pressure stop from Ferrari. Great job from Ferrari there. Amazing job. There was no margin for error in that one whatsoever. So Charles Leclerc out there on new hard tyres. Had to defend a little bit from Alex Albon on the warm tyres. Yeah, Norris P6 from P17. Yeah, Amy with a good point there. So Charles Leclerc is now a pit stop ahead of Albon and Norris. Interesting to see Williams sort of like really splitting the strategy here, because Colapinto already boxed, and look how far behind Colapinto is now. Colapinto was ahead of Alex Albon, so Colapinto might be saying, hang on, why have I been boxed in this situation? What do you do if you're Carlos Sainz? Carlos Sainz leads the race, but when he boxes, he's going to be right in the clutches of Verstappen. And what happens if you're Lando now? Is Lando going to try? Remember, Lando needs to use the medium tyres. Amy Wolf getting more grumpy. Did Carlos pit as well? Carlos pits right now. There we go. You predicted it. Carlos pits right now. So there is Carlos Sainz in the box. Where's he going to come out? Is he going to be ahead of Max Verstappen? Let's see. Oh, difficult to say. Is Carlos Sainz ahead of Verstappen? I would assume he would have been, but it might be close and Verstappen might get him back. Or maybe Verstappen got out ahead. So maybe it's longer than a 20-second delta here. So it looks like... Oh, what's happening? How is it between Sainz and Verstappen? Maybe Sainz ahead. Sainz actually was ahead. Sainz was ahead of Verstappen there. So, interesting strategy. Again, big pressure stop from Ferrari. No margin for error. And Carlos Sainz was able to come out just ahead of Max Verstappen and keep it. But let's see what happens down the home straight. As Sergio Perez trying to get past Alex Albon there. And Lando dropping off a little bit. Maybe Lando's like, you know what? I'm going to cool my tyres now. I'm in a slightly different race. Maybe that's what Lando's saying. Maybe that's what Lando's saying. I can pop these out, actually. Maybe just pop them out. One second. I seem to be playing whack-a-mole here. Let's do it like that. How are we doing, chat? Are we enjoying the race so far? At least there's a battle at the front here between the drivers. When's Alex Albon going to pit? Sergio Perez will want him to box immediately. George Russell not in that pack. I feel like George Russell sort of really lost out here. And Verstappen's still behind Carlos Sainz. So there we go. And I have to say, actually, when it's all shaken down, Piastri has gained a bit here, hasn't he? Because Piastri has caught up with Charles Leclerc and he's now within a second. So I feel like Piastri's gained through that because Piastri boxed a little bit earlier. Maybe. And Sergio Perez did get past Alex Albon into turn 1, by the way. Glad you're enjoying it, Seema. Glad you're enjoying it, Amy, as well. Adrian, this is getting crazy interesting again. 1 stop or 2? I feel like surely we must be looking at 2 stops here. I feel like we must be looking at 2 stops. Morpheus not enjoying it until all Australians have points. Amy, UK having bad luck. It happened last year as well. He had a stretch of bad luck this time in the season. So maybe Lando just chilling. But I don't think... Remember, Lando is on a hard tyre. So Lando is actually expected to go longer. So if people feel like the deg on the hard tyre is good, you could actually have a situation where we are now in a 1 stop and Lando's going to go really long here. And this is the exact strategy I talked about at the beginning of the stream, where if there's a safety car in a certain window, Lando has a bigger safety car advantage window. Welcome, Russell Jones. Good to have you on board. Xavier says, please, I'm enjoying it. Very nice. If there's a safety car in that window where Lando can box and get to the end, what will be interesting is if there's a safety car and Lando's slightly outside the window and they're like, oh, let's just do it anyway. Leclerc has a great start. Yes, agreed. Fingers crossed. Okay. So, oh, Piastri ahead! Piastri ahead of Leclerc! This is huge! Piastri ahead of Leclerc into turn 1! Oscar Piastri in the lead of the GP at Azerbaijan. I think he came from miles behind. 319 kph in the speed trap. He was miles behind. He came. Oh my goodness, this must have been an absolute send. It was. It was a big old send. What an overtake from Oscar Piastri into turn 1. He was miles behind and he defended hard. Charles Leclerc could have tried to sneak up the inside in turn 2. But Oscar Piastri with a big overtake. And we're seeing more of these this season. I feel like I'm saying it more and more. Big overtake from Piastri. Oscar Piastri has got that dog in him. Faux show. Chat, that was a big overtake from Piastri. Big, big, big overtake. Like, he came from a million miles behind. He moved out early and was like, I am going to hit this breaking point. I'm going to make the apex. And I'm going to get there ahead of you. Big from Piastri. But, Oscar, it's Papaya rules. Can you give the position back to Charles and let Lando through as well? Oscar Piastri, I love that. No hint of a lockup. Oh my goodness, supreme. Almost hit the wall on exit. That is one of the best overtakes I have seen. Honestly. Honestly, as a racing driver myself, that is such a good overtake. Such a good overtake. Technically a perfect overtake. Yeah, he should do the not bad for number 2 driver. Maybe his agent and manager will tell him to say that. He was saying is they're not happy until the Australians are winning. And look at Sergio Perez. Sergio Perez right in the mixer as well. Alex Albon's still going long. Remember, wasn't it Albon was on the hard tyre? So Albon and Norris on the hard tyre here. Going long. Multi-meters from the wall. It was many meters. Xavier, rest of the car. F1 is stupid. Barmy says you. Why? What's all the you in chat? James is Oscar. Andres, it's Oscar here. Tell Lando I'm faster than him. That's what you call coming from down under. Exactly. Many ways to interpret that. Kelvin Anderson saying crazy feeling Perez will win it. Lynn Anderson back in the chat. Chat, Australia won the nations check. In fact, let's just do it. Let's do another nations check. Let us know where in the world you're watching from. How many people are watching from Australia? Let's do that nation chat. Tabor rooting for Oscar and Lando. Amy, I'm going to need him to aggressively put down his drink. Yes, slam the drink down on the table. Ralph Piodos, Australia. Smiley, Australia. Chris Fells, good morning from the USA. Rodney, Australia. Professor, USA. Rory, South Africa. Dr. England. Dark Cloud, Australia. Jumpy Love from Woo. Cryptic from Greece. Miko, Philippines. Morpheus, Australia. Isabel Flug, Germany. Jump, Australia. Nathan, London. Vlatka from Likeland. Martin, Netherlands. Pineapple, Australia. Suman, India. Scooby, England. Seam, Australia. Rube. Van Gelder from Belgium. Yente, Australia. Tabor, Pakistan. Trudy, New York, USA. Lewis, Australia. Boomy from India. Amy, Australia. Jay from Australia. Kelvin Addison, New Zealand. Captain Lebanon. Darth Prince in the house. Germany. Rankin, Britain. Andrew, UK. Adrian, Japan. Dimitri, Belgium as well. Very, very nice. Katy, Eugene, Netherlands. Stephen, USA. Martin, New Zealand. Lucy, UK. Janae, South Africa. Leo, India. Peter, Australia. Craig, Croatia. Simone, Italian, but also in Japan. What's going down in Japan? Alan in Britain and China. Tawensley from Zimbabwe. Zoe in Baku. There we go. There we have it. Okay. Who's going to box next in this game of musical chairs at 317 kilometers per hour? Snowda, our only retirement so far. No red flags. Not even sure there's been any yellow flags. Mateus from Denmark. Morpheus, Azerbaijan close to Australia, but it's in Europe. But then again, Australia's in Europe as well because we're in Eurovision. Leclerc, they are pushing like crazy, or have they got more grip than us? Maybe. Ferrari not so good on the hard tyre right now. Look at this. Top 3 drivers, 3 different teams, 3 different powertrains, 3 different chassis, and all within 1.8 seconds. You love to see it. Will they go soft at the end? We'll see. What's Colapinto been up to? Colapinto did a big overtake on an Alpine on Pierre Gasly, and that was to get into the points. Big Colapinto, and now Colapinto is going to try and go for Alfonso. What, by the way, what happens, Radioactive Let's Go Japan? Hornet show Oscar out to people point here. Stamping authority showing Lando is done. Chat, what happens when Lando boxes? By the way, 191 likes. Hit the like button right now. Let's try and blow way past 200. We're aiming for 500. I know we can do it. Try and hit that like button now. Apparently, Leclerc's recharging. Havoc says G and Shiv in the house. In the house or in the bungalow? It's a battle of the number 3 drivers. Yep. Charles Leclerc, Perez, and Piastri, obviously. Chris, smash it like we've done 500 before. Let's go bigger, Chris. You got bigger ambitions than me. Let's realise them. But it is Piastri, Leclerc, Perez. Now 1.5 seconds. The gap is closing. Suman Chowan, Hamilton, P15 still. What is happening? He's having a disaster. He's trying to get past Daniel Ricciardo. I'm struggling. He's just done it. Well done, Hamilton. And George Russell in no man's land, by the way. It's really interesting, by the way, because you've got Stroll boxes again. You've got Piastri, Leclerc, Perez, but then you've also down the road got Sainz, Norris, Verstappen. You got the number 1 drivers, number 2 drivers. Jade watching from Belia, UK, where the cars are. Amy, genuine question. Do you all think McLaren actually has faith in Lando? Or is it because of media backlash? Who knows? I'll ask them next time I'm at McLaren. Next time I'm down at the MTC. Which might be soon, actually. Verstappen and Norris battling now. Yes, indeed. Which surprises me because Verstappen's on newer tyres. I think this really shows the advantages that McLaren have right now over Red Bull. But how is Perez doing such a good job? Perez doing a really good job here. And Alex Albon as well. Alex Albon doing a good job. Well done, Alex Albon. Checo is Checo's dominant twin. Okay, he's put his twin in here in a absolute sort of like world illusion. Piastri still ahead of Leclerc, 0.6 seconds though. Perez 1.3, the gap between them closes, and Carlos Sainz gets past Alex Albon. Carlos Sainz gets past Alex Albon. Was that into turn 1? And also Lando gets past, I believe, Verstappen, or at least they were battling. At least they were battling there. It's a great battle between the 2 championship leaders. But they're down in P6 and P7. This is a great thing when you've got a championship fight. Verstappen tried to get back up the inside. Lando, did he give him... Oh, my goodness! I'm surprised Verstappen didn't send that. Lando didn't really give him a car's width. And Verstappen probably could have tried to slide it up the inside, but decided not to. That's interesting. From everything I've seen with Verstappen, including me racing him in iRacing, Verstappen would go for that gap. That's the first time I've seen a gap that Verstappen hasn't gone into. What have they done with Verstappen? What have they swapped out the drivers here? Flynn says, what a season. I'm very much surprised that Verstappen didn't go for that and ask questions later. Maybe it's because he's in a different place in the championship and the grid here. Purple sectors from the top 3. Hamilton, okay, Lewis, everything you can do to get the surface temp down. Hamilton saying, I'm trying. Baku is closer to India than Vienna. Baku facts. Hashtag Baku facts. Paolo Centroni, Verstappen missed the valve. Verstappen still trying to get past. Suman Max getting gold, doesn't have that fire in him. Is Max Verstappen absolutely washed? Is that what you're trying to say? Whoops. Amy, I'll break my desk with the way I smash it. I go trick. I think let's not break any desks here. No to smash any desks. Protect the desks at all costs. Audit show. Piastri's putting a show on here after Monza and the McLaren meeting about his over to Norris. He wants the upper hand on the team. Verstappen saying his brakes are not working. Try pressing them. Verstappen still 6 tenths behind. He's within DRS. Great battle here. Carlos Sainz is the winner in that pack because he's got ahead of Alex Albon. Lewis also saying Max, brake issues. Flynn, Lando, hold out for the red flag. Only chance. Chat, we're not even halfway through this race. And if there's going to be a red flag, this is going to get very interesting. I'm very much surprised. Oh, Verstappen cut the chicane at some point. Verstappen just cut the chicane. He almost hit Lando, actually. Interesting one. Not sure why he did it. Who let Albon cook? Who let the dogs out? So, the really interesting thing is, why can't Lando get past Albon? Is it just a straight line speed of the Williams there? Because look at Carlos Sainz now. Look at the lap times. Carlos Sainz a second quicker now than Albon, Norris, and Verstappen. And look who's at the rear of that train, looming. It's George Russell. Welcome, Story Cans and Matthias Sitzkoff, for subscribing. Appreciate it. Chat, just 5 more subscribers. We'll get to 97,600. Please, 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 for me. Please hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying it. Alex Albon is still ahead, and Carlos Sainz is a big beneficiary here. Is Norris a pit stop behind? Yes. Also worth bearing in mind, there's a big meta here because Lando Norris is a pit stop behind here. So is he going to... Would it be better for Lando to make sure Verstappen has an issue? No, because Lando needs the points. Is it better for Verstappen to make sure Lando doesn't finish this race? Ooh. Both Williams in the top 10, yeah. Both Williams in the top 10 here. And Fernando Alonso also cheekily in the top 10. Imagine Max rear ends Norris. You might not need to imagine it. It might actually happen. Still only 3/10 between them. Suman says, let's go Albon. Joining the Albon hype train. Albon for president. Albon for UN Secretary General, I think is the movement I'm hearing on the streets. Piastri, Leclerc, Sergio Perez, still the top 3. Carlos Sainz, what are you up to, sir? Are you going to join the front leaders now? Keep an eye on the Sainz pace. Well, he's still slower than the front 3, but he's in a nice bit of clear air now. Looks like Verstappen is forcing Lando to get rid of his remaining tyres. Dark Cloud saying Albon box. Are you trying to call him in? Amy, Franco, and Aston 5 say double points Williams. Morpheus says Albon for UN. Albon for leader of the World Bank. So, Carlos Sainz, what pace are you going to be on? I want to see a quick lap from Carlos here. 47.593. Leader pace. Only 2 thousandths behind Sergio Perez. Russell, what lap do we expect Albon Norris to box? We're thinking another 10 laps. So remember, the hard tyre is the best tyre, and Albon and Norris started on. They're going to pay later. They're going to pay later. It's like a Klarna deal. They've bought this race on finance. Ian Perez in the house. Damn, this race is crazy, and we're in start yet. We've just gone halfway. We've just gone halfway, everyone. Hornet, I think we'll see if they try and keep Lando out really long and sort of gamble, sacrifice his race on a regular strategy, but think, okay, if there's going to be a safety car, it's going to be great. Professor, you feel great coming out with a loan at 30% if Albon was a banker. Blacker, how funny is Sandy yesterday saying Lando's going to go from almost last to P1? Yes, but we have to bear in mind that he is due a pit stop. And I'm starting to think that other people are very much clearly on a 1-stop here, not a 2-stop. Adrian, wonder if F1 regrets change setups next year. Well, they're not changing next year. It's the year after, my friend. So, good news. Lewis, is Norris deliberately not overtaking so we can use DRS from Albon? I don't know. Lucy, another 10 laps for Lando Pitts, Mercedes. Yeah, that's what they were saying to Russell. Albon and Norris, a really interesting factor in this race, and Charles Leclerc still 0.7 seconds behind Oscar Piastri here. Havoc, let's have a moment to appreciate what race Albon's having in the Williams. Yes, indeed, I agree with you. Karen says grid girls. Are there grid girls on the track? What's the relevance of that statement? When's Alex Albon going to pit? Suman, if Albon gets podium, I will do 100 push-ups. Okay. You do... well, Flint saying 1,000 push-ups. Yeah, 1,000 push-ups, or it's barely even... not even going to register, frankly. Wilson, halfway ready on way to use to Enduro. Feels like it's lap 3. Okay. What? Carlos Sainz now... cooking. Carlos Sainz is cooking there. 47.325. and a second and a half, or almost 2 seconds quicker than Albon and Norris and Verstappen. Carlos Sainz has really benefited from being able to get ahead of Alex Albon here. And the real loser here for me is Verstappen. Verstappen's the real loser here, because Verstappen's on fresher tyres, on the hard tyre, and this is really going to hurt his race. That said, Verstappen is clearly going to finish this race, I would say, ahead of Lando Norris, because Lando needs to box, and we're assuming Verstappen won't need to. But what's happened is Verstappen's now got George Russell to worry about, and actually Albon's got a pit. So really, the downside here for Verstappen is he hasn't been able to keep up with Sainz, and he's got George Russell to worry about. So he might lose 2 positions he otherwise could have got because of that. Carlos Sainz still cooking, by the way. Chase, if Albon gets to podium, I'll create 10 alternate accounts, just sub to channel. That's the message I can get behind. Morpheus are going to pretend to do push-ups. Chat, what are people going to do if Alex Albon wins this race? Let us know in the chat. Carlos Sainz, what 47 point dead? Half a second quicker than Piastri. At that rate, in 5 laps. No. In that rate, in 20 laps. Am I getting that right? No, yeah, it's still 10 seconds, so... There was a battle between a McLaren and a Ferrari there. Who was that then? Who was that? The Charles Leclerc and Piastri swapping places, I believe. Sorry, I missed that. I think Charles Leclerc and Piastri were swapping places, or allegedly. Lewis, if Sainz gets a podium, I'll watch a YouTube video of other people doing push-ups. 6-minute workouts, 8-minute abs. Smiley says Leclerc so close. Very interesting here. Look at the discrepancy in lap times. And Joe Guan Yu just about due to 1 minute 50. Adrian Albon was unlucky as Norris and Russell stayed at top teams, but Williams look like they're coming back. Albon's a good driver too. And his teammate, maybe that's why he let Carlos Sainz through. They're neighbours in Monaco. Maybe that's why. Albon stayed out, but he's got a medium to the end. Yeah, I wonder where Albon and Norris are going to end up, by the way. Actually, I wonder if Albon... Hamilton, how are you seeing how to drive this thing? Hamilton's not happy. Just deal with it, mate. Where are Norris and Albon really hurting their race here? Because where's Norris going to end up? Is he going to end up behind Alonso? Welcome, Lil Gaming, Mojo, Jojo, Gray, and Dave Smith, Johnny Boy. Thank you so much for subscribing, everyone. You're pushing us to 100k subscribers. It's only going to happen if you subscribe. I know so many people are, but if you're not, you can feel really good about joining everyone else in the subscription zone. Do you think Colapinto can finish in the points? Well, that continues my point I was making here, which is what's going to happen when Albon and Norris box? Surely Norris is going to get ahead of Albon soon anyway. But Albon, 20 seconds. Ooh. So yeah, Lando's going to end up behind Hülkenberg, but he's going to be on the fresher mediums. Norris, DRS not working when he wants it. So demanding is Orlando. Flacco, welcome new subs. Lewis Leclerc in range this time. 0.8. It's almost like I'm more interested in the Albon-Norris battle there, but I feel like the leader battle is where we should be looking, and also Carlos Sainz potentially doing something interesting here. Does Carlos Sainz think he might be able to get a podium? Will he catch up with Sergio Perez? Ward's come on Piastri. Wingy trying 2 different floors. This race was an interesting move by Red Bull. The James Vowles comments about him and Carlos are funny and unnecessary. James Vowles is going to get reported into Workday. Professor saying, I think fresh mediums at the end will catch you tards. We'll see. By the way, 249 likes, halfway to the 500 like target. Again, if you haven't hit the like button, 1,300 people watching. Welcome. Just hit that like button. It's completely free. It really genuinely helps us out and helps me out. It's way YouTube's like, oh, people kind of like this. Let's share it. And then we might share it to people who are new to F1. They might see it pop up on YouTube and they're like, hey, what's this? And we're like, hey, it's Formula 1. It's like, it's really interesting. And like, there's all this drama and stuff. And, you know, enjoy. 49er Carlos wins trust. For real, bro. Hornet, Hamilton has the pace but can't get past Behrman. I'd say, therefore, he doesn't have the pace. That would be my definition. What about no better content on YouTube? Yes, facts. Oh, Leclerc and Piastri again. I think Piastri heading to defend into turn 1. Keep an eye on that. Leclerc really wants this. So Leclerc really going for it. He wants to get past Piastri. He wants this dub. Zilda tested positive in COVID. Sorry to hear that, Zilda. What's the protocol now? You self-isolating. Norris been told to stay out. Stay out. So they're keeping Norris long. Okay. Chat, let me know if I'm talking nonsense. This is what you do if you're McLaren. This is what you do. Piastri, you tell Piastri to put it in the wall, and you box Lando under safety car onto mediums now. Chat, who would do that if you're team principal? Say yes or no. Papaya rules. Piastri is papaya rules. Professor says Lumfowl. Who's Lumfowl? Smiley, no thanks. Lewis, no. Seema, yes. Wards, no. Chris says yes. Monaro, no. Monaro, madness. Rory says no. Dark pastry rules. Seema says, don't know what that means. Morpheus says Beatori. Weatori. Cat Flavio would do it. Lucy, no. Professor, if it's quali, maybe. Why would you do it in quali? Rowan, no. Emma, yes. Alan says yes. Flavio in the paddock, I guess it could happen. Rodney says no. Scooby, no. Zoe doesn't know. Charles Papaya Shake. Wilson 2008 key Renault star. Aimwell says no. Slam just said no. I saw Piastri slow and put Verstappen in the wall to get a safety car out. Albon boxes, by the way. Albon boxes. He couldn't handle it anymore. Sima, OMG Genius Way being along on this YouTube channel. Ranking. Oh, you don't let Claire pass without a racecraft kiss. That's what they call it. Powder aware if that's working to keep Norris ahead of Max to get championship. Latif says no. Dimitri all day. Jay's yes. Flint facts. Delta Ocon's tires have more laps than us to watch when he pits. Has Ocon... What is Ocon's strat here? What is Ocon doing? What is this absolutely washed strat from Alpine? So there we go. Albon comes out behind Hulkenberg. And by the way, Albon's ahead of Lando Norris. So Lando Norris is going to get screwed here when he boxes. Lando's going to get absolutely done. Lando's going to end up not too far from Lewis Hamilton, to be honest. Amy says father and son fighting. Who? What? There's no father and son combination. When now is Lando... Keep an eye on the Lando pace now. He's on his fastest sector 1. Piastri going to want that legit win. Half a second ahead of Leclerc. He basically took Leclerc by surprise with a really good overtake. If Piastri wins this because of that overtake, I think that's great. But Leclerc catching 0.2. Leclerc catching. 0.1. And Piastri stays ahead. What happened here down the home straight? Leclerc was half a second behind. But you close, DRS, slipstream, Baku effect. They go past pit entry. Piastri goes to the pit wall. Charles Leclerc momentarily alongside on the outside. It's great racing, great racing. And then Piastri chops across the pit exit. It's fantastic battling here. Really, really, really good. Really good racing this. Really good racing. If Piastri wins this, I want to see a bit more emotion from Piastri this time because, you know, he's got some kind of weird dog in him. It's like the Alien movies and it's bursting out. Any chance for Sainz to be on podium? I don't think so. We'll see. Verstappen saying he's got no grip. All cars who start on the hard tire are still improving. So Lando, maybe Lando can go to the end. Verstappen have no rear grip. The car is jumping on the rear. So maybe, why is Lando's got that grip on the hard tire? Can he go on to softs at the end? Seema agreed, it's almost cringy. Alfonso and Colapinto, okay. Checo right there and looking dangerous. Checo with that confused, dangerous look on his face. And this time Piastri a bit more ahead of Leclerc down the home straight. Piastri Sharks don't need to be emotional. Need to caption that and put over a TikTok short with like that Sigma music. Is there a way to use on the most worn tyre? You can see sometimes the tyres pop up. You can see. Why am I watching a replay of Verstappen? Or was it Perez? Sergio Perez now has joined the party because he's equally as close to Charles Leclerc. Piastri almost broke DRS, hitting the button so hard. Like you're hitting the subscribe button so hard. Clearly, same vibes. Lucy, Lando is can absolutely ruin those tyres. Ruined it. Lando needs to actually ruin them to get a gap to come out ahead of Alfonso if he can. I don't think Lando's going to come out ahead of Alfonso though. I love how Alonso had a lot more emotions for willing grow the grid. He's a fun guy, Alonso, Piastri. I use his dad's software for my karting. This has been done in partnership with Oscar Piastri, with the Piastris. So happy with Perez being up there. Yeah. Chat. Okay, I'm going to ask a question. Who do you think is going to win the race here? Top 3: Piastri, Leclerc, Perez. 1.7 seconds. Chat. Who's going to win the race? Let me know in the comments. Do I do karting? Yes, I do. There's so much karting on the channel, my friend, and on the Kireth Motorsport channel. It's the Karting World Championships this weekend in PFI, and I have a video racing at PFI. But didn't even get 1,000 views. Crushed my soul. And remember what I said about getting bad words for Verstappen, because George Russell's overtaken Verstappen. George Russell, right, here we go. Leclerc, Sainz, Leclerc, Piastri, Charles, Alonso, not Alfonso, Piastri, Havoc. Alfonso is going to get eaten up by cars behind him. Semlich, Piastri, Leclerc, Piastri, Perez. Karen, come on, Charles. Russell overtake Verstappen. Yes, you're right on now. Safety car and Colapinto get a shocking win and Sainz for Audi. What's the Lando strat right now? Well, 47.5. Lando is essentially the fastest driver on track with George Russell right now. Well, actually, Alonso and Hamilton. Hamilton's on the pace. That must have been Behrman. Well, Hamilton went a second faster than Behrman. Oh, no, Hamilton had a big issue there. Hamilton had a mistake last lap. You're saying Piastri, Suhas, Alfonso. Wants Alfonso to win. Leanne saying Piastri. Frederick Templeman says Piastri, he has the right mindset to be champion. Wilson karting is best motorsport. Suhas, stop saying Alfonso. Semlich, Piastri's pace is amazing. Honestly, you know me, I've been on the Piastri hype train for a while now, since last season. Last season I was saying he's had a better season than Norris, and beginning of this I was like, oh, Norris has caught up now, that's great. Welcome Siegfried, Factory Lectrios, good to have you on board. Thank you for the subscription. 1,400 people watching for the climax here. 70 laps to go. Zhou new boxes as well. Did Norris put already? No, Norris is going long. He's going to be able to absolutely ruin a set of mediums at the end. Professor saying, doubt the softs the last. Do we know, though? Do we know whether he could go on softs? He needs to box. Lando is the only driver, I believe, to have not boxed so far. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that to be the case. No! Gasly, Ricciardo and Ocon. Ocon is on some absolutely washed strategy here. So Gasly, Ricciardo, Ocon, but really they're all just not having a good race. Lando Norris is the driver who hasn't boxed. So you have stopped saying Alfonso, mate. I don't know what's the problem with saying Alfonso. Mo, we'd all love Alfonso to take P1, but Aston Martin won't let him. What happened to Hamilton? Did he pit? He started from the pit lane. Rudyard, I would pay good money to take a look at Piastri's contract. God knows what Webber got him. Leclerc being told, come on, Charles, keep it up. 0.7 seconds. I think the last few laps, I'm not saying this to hype it up. I feel like the last few laps could be constant dicing between Piastri and Leclerc. Amy, I stopped watching. This is not a strategy I expect. Oh no, who are you supporting, Amy? Oh, Hulkenberg's got past Colapinto. I can confirm Hulkenberg just went past Colapinto there. Markify Ricardo Ocon Gatti just to sweep up dust after the power. Please pick up dust after the race. Alan's shot that no one's been in one of the lovely painted balls yet. I think Leclerc as well was very close previous lap to getting into Piastri. Looks like the live timing struggling. Maybe something's happened. Oh, Charles Leclerc was drifting on the curb on the last corner. Charles Leclerc was going for a big old drift. Lloyd, it's Alfonso, mates. Professor Perez takes out Leclerc, takes out Piastri, Lando wins. Wilson, I think Leclerc is going to redeem himself from the I'm stupid radio meme and win the race. We'll see. I think Leclerc's having a great season already. Green flag. Something did happen. Because there was a yellow flag and then the green flag. Something's happened. I'm going to try and find out what's going on here because it's pretty crazy right now. I'm looking 15 laps to go. Amy, I wish I was calm with Austin pressure. He's got that tag Heuer mentality. You'll be yellow at turn 1. Ocon made a mistake. Someone made a mistake at turn 1, and it might have been Ocon. Yeah, we don't have live timing at the moment from the track. So, but I think there was a yellow flag, but then it has gone green flag since. And the gap between Piastri and Leclerc is 0.7 seconds right now. Still 0.7 seconds. Piastri and Leclerc. And then Perez dropping off. Perez 1.9 seconds behind. So maybe the pace increasing at the front. Someone was trying to do a half-assed move. Who was that? It was, I think, Colapinto on... Albon on Hulkenberg. It's Albon, Colapinto, Behrman, Hamilton. In fact, it's Hulkenberg, Albon, Colapinto, Behrman, Hamilton. So there is a Haas sandwich there going on, you can see. We're back now. Baku data struggling. And you can see the gap there. Perez is just dropping off just a little bit. Havoc, I think Lando needs to pit now. Not at all. No, Lando needs to pit because you need to have 2 different compounds of tyres. Unless I believe there's a red flag on lap 1 like we had in Monaco, maybe. Perez pace is dropping off. Flint, funny if Ocon, who trashed Lando in qualifying, crushes. Yeah, gives Lando a free pit. Karma. Ocon just having the worst race. Ben Gutzel saying, amazing, no crashes, we're back. Chat, 279 likes. We're trying to hit 500 likes. Please, please, please. Over 1,000 people watching. Please, for me, hit that like button. It's completely free. Be so satisfying to see the lights go up. Lando pits! Lando Norris pits! Where's he going to come out? Is he going to come out ahead of Hulkenberg? I think he'll come out behind Alfonso. And what about relative to Alex Albon? Lando Norris. Have McLaren worked a miracle here? Will he actually come out well ahead of Alfonso? Oh, he might be coming out a long way ahead of Alfonso. So good job there for McLaren. They've taken Lando from P15 to P7. I don't think he's going to get any more. But he was there. He had the position of opportunity for the last 5 laps or so if there was going to be a safety car. And a lot of cars battling. It's hard to see because of the low sun. I'm complaining now. But 0.7 seconds from Piastri to Leclerc. Chris Charles smashed it. The comments and commentary are legendary. Mainly the comments. That pit stop was something else. So Lando, they did a really good job there, McLaren, with the strategy. And that's pretty... I mean, Lando's not... Even off that disastrous qualifying, he's not going to lose that many points to Verstappen in the championship. But unfortunately, he's so many points behind. What lap are we? It says at the top, my friend. 13 laps to go. Captain Skull, Lando will overtake Verstappen now because Verstappen's old tyres. No, I don't think... Keep an eye on the Lando pace now. But he's 15 seconds behind Verstappen and Russell. Can Lando get a P5 here? Can Lando get a P5? Because he needs to be massively quicker. But he was 4/10 up in the first sector alone. He was 4/10 up in the first sector alone there. Zilda, definitely make sure you look after yourself. Hopefully someone's looking after you there if you've got a fever, just in case. Fortunately, we don't offer that kind of service on this channel. Smiley, I think he can catch. What about second sector? 25.3. Wasn't that much quicker in the second sector, which ironically, you'd think is a sector where tyre wear could come into it. Maybe still getting up to temperature. Sorry, that was sector 2. That was sector 2. So it wasn't on the third sector, which is basically a long straight. So this is going to be very informative here. The first full sector 1 from Lando Norris. Here we go. The first sector 1 from Lando. We want best pace to the end in order to catch Verstappen, so that McLaren think they can do it. Sector 1, 37.69. So, Lando Norris getting close to almost being a second ahead in one sector alone there. And 13 laps to go. So I think they can do it. Karen's saying too late for Lando. Adrian too far, but I think he can do it. I think he can do it here. Chat, let me know, what do you think? Are you saying it already, actually? Morpheus agrees, no chance. Lewis, no chance. I'm not sure. Take a refresh on that. Looking at those sector times. Take a look looking at those sector times. What do we think? Lewis, he can get a P6, not P5. Well, why would he not get Russell as well? Lando Norris on the move here. On the mediums. Are they going to fall off, though? 42.6, second sector. He's a second a lap quicker than Oscar Piastri. Hang on, is he going to catch everyone? Keep an eye on the lap time here. Is it going to be a 145, potentially? 145 for Lando? Is it going to be a 145? That'll be huge. 145.6 for Lando Norris. There we go. Almost 2 seconds quicker than Max Verstappen, 13 seconds ahead. So then, and that pace, 6, 7, 8 laps, he would get there. Arnold says Lewis has hammer at home. Lando's flying. Chat, I think Dominate's saying too far. Morpheus saying catch and 8 passing, but we'll see. Lando, imagine Andrea on your shoulder saying 0 wheel spin every exit. That's what I do when I'm karting. I just imagine I've got a mini Andrea Stella on my shoulder saying don't wheel spin in your 125cc kart on exit. That's how I won these trophies. Dark Cloud says, angry Lando. Emmo, Lando flying. Welcome to Lando Airlines. Morpheus, see if you can do it. I'll watch a YouTube video of someone else doing a push-up and another commentary on the presidential debate. Lando on the move. But is it starting to wear off? He didn't go faster that time around. And you can see Verstappen and Russell responding with their fastest sector 1s. So that time, Norris was only 0.3 faster. Look at the second sectors, though. 43.4 for Verstappen. What's it going to be for Lando? Is it going to be a mid-42 or is it going to be a high 42 for Lando? It's a high-ish 42, not quite as quick. Maybe the mediums don't have it. Maybe the mediums don't have it. Behrman's right on Colapinto as well. Battle of the rookies there. Will they come together and have a crash? What will that mean? Well, a crash here would close the gaps right up, wouldn't it? Piastri still ahead of Leclerc, by the way, still defending lap after lap into turn 1. Piastri still doing it. Perez loitering. Carlos Sainz is just joined the party. Can Carlos Sainz get third place here, chat? It's all happening now. Don't go anywhere because it's genuinely all happening. Will Carlos Sainz get to Sergio Perez? The Red Bulls are vulnerable here. Lucy, keep that pace, Lando. I want to see who you're supporting in the chat. Let's see who you're supporting. You supporting the Tifosi, Papaya Rami, Mercedes? What kart you got? I do arrive and drive, but I do have an Insta. Kireth K on Instagram. A lot of karting content on Instagram. Make sure to follow me on the Insta. Did you manifesting both Ferrari podium? Totally not firm and saying Lando. I think you totally are firm, man. Flint saying Lando. Boomy Red Bull. Chaya orders to Norris, get Verstappen. Val Abapo saying Ferrari. Okay. Hamilton past Behrman. Lando and Behrman. Zoe Checo. Let's go Sainz. Let's go Carlos. I wanted to see your support in the chat, everyone. As we come to basically the last 10 laps now. Leclerc 0.6 seconds. It feels like Leclerc has to recharge battery sometimes and then go on the other laps. Carlos Sainz. What's the gap from Carlos Sainz to Perez? 47.0 for Perez. 47.4 for Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz drops off. Is it going to become a four-way fight at the end? I feel like we had this in Singapore last year, didn't we? If I remember right. Is it going to be a four-way fight? Nico Hulkenberg, press oil pump button. Has Hulkenberg got an issue with the oil pump? Could Hulkenberg come to a stop here? Keep an eye on Hulkenberg. Colapinto, let's try and keep the pace for our next race. Very forward-looking there at Williams. I like it. What's Perez catching Leclerc? Constructor update. It's okay. It's okay, mods. It's okay to say what happens if people DNF. That's fine. In my opinion, I don't think we need to delete those comments. Rodney Archer, Oscar. Chase, Lando won't catch Max at this pace. Not enough race left. Yes, I agree, Amy. Let's smash that like button. Try and push 500 as well. So, Piastri, Leclerc now a second off here. Leclerc now a second off. And Norris, what's the Norris pace saying? Still about a second and a half faster than Verstappen. And exactly 10 seconds now is the gap. So Lando does need actually 2 seconds a lap, doesn't he? Lando needs 2 seconds a lap. I'm not sure Lando's going to do it. Although he has just done a PB in Sector 1. But it's only half a second. He needs 2 seconds, doesn't he? Do I like EF1? What's EF1? I mean Formula E? I've been working with Formula E this season. We've been to the races, made content on it. Mihir Vasani, Perez needs a podium. Kireth missing Colapinto, throw a few in. Where is Colapinto at the moment? Colapinto is in P11. But too far off Hulkenberg, I think. Leclerc out of DRS. Someone to pit for tyres to try and get the fast out. Look at Lando on the move now. Lando on the move. He might be trying to get that 2 seconds. What's the lap time going to be? Here's the Verstappen lap time. Hamilton trying to catch Colapinto, by the way. So Verstappen goes over the line. 146.7. His fastest of the race. But what about Lando Norris? Will he be a 44 for Lando? If it's a 44, that's huge. 45.2. 1.5 seconds quick enough. I'm not sure it's going to be enough. I'm not sure it's going to be enough. Professional Logic 9 seconds away from Verstappen. M mode Norris under 10 seconds. I'm not sure. Norris setting purple after purple after purple. He's been eating the beetroots. But where is he going to end up at the end of this? He needs to keep setting purples. He needs for Verstappen's tyres to fall off, really. Could Hamilton get in the points here, by the way? Could Hamilton get in the points? Potentially. Hamilton, how far is he off Hulkenberg? We will see. And Leclerc, yes, critically out of DRS. By the way, no drivers lapped in this race. When's the last time we had no drivers lapped? Suez, Shiver and Leclerc going to catch up. What tyres Mercedes boys on? I think they're both... well, Hamilton started on hard to be on mediums now. Norris also going for fastest lap. Can anyone box the fastest lap here? Will Norris box anyone? No, he'd finished behind Alonso. I'm not sure anyone has the gap. Could Carlos Sainz box? No, Carlos Sainz couldn't box. No one here can really box the fastest lap. There just aren't the gaps. Like I said, no one's been lapped. And yes, back markers are approaching. Guan Yu Zhou Guan Yu, 148, so a second a lap. So you think they are probably going to catch before the end of the race. Are you allowed to go the whole race on one tyre? No. 100k, yes, please. If you're new here and enjoying it, or if you watch a fluke, please hit that subscribe button right now. I don't want you to like, if you're liking it, not be subscribed, not get a notification for next time. And it helps us out massively to get more access to this. So please hit the subscribe button. It does make a massive difference. After quali, Leclerc deserves to win. I think Piastri deserves to win after that monster overtake. And if you saw me yesterday, I was like, I've got a good feeling about Piastri. I can kind of... It'd be great for the banter if Piastri wins here and he over the line. He says, not bad for a number 2 driver. Just like... Chat, do we want him to say that? Do we want him to say that? Or... Oh, it's too late for him to do a crash gate. Lando Norris, 45.4 last lap around. I'm not sure Lando's going to get it done. But if he gets within DRS, Smythe says yes. Morphe Bieber said, yeah, I don't get it. Someone let Morphe know about the context there. Lando again turns it up. Purple in Sector 1. Again, more than half a second quicker than Verstappen in Sector 1 alone. What about Sector 2? He will start to see Verstappen down the bumpy home straight. Lando 7 seconds behind. Who's getting Dodd? Put your Dodd votes in. Amy, hopefully Lando doesn't sulk now. We'll see. This should be 1 million. It doesn't... Let's try and get to 100k. So, Lando goes around last corner. What did he do in Sector 2? Lando. What did he do? 42.739. Ooh. Was there a mini yellow in there or something? No one doing good sets apart from George Russell. 6:10. So he's a second up already on this lap. He's a second up already, but he's going to start to run out of laps here. But also, hang on, I think he might get this done. I think my maths has been way out. I think my maths has been way out because he's only now 5.8. He's 6 seconds behind. And he's a second and a half. I think Lando's going to do it. Piastri and Leclerc are still battling, by the way. 0.5 now. Keep an eye on Leclerc this lap on Piastri. Yes, Mark, it is a number of people. It would be great if you stay subscribed, my friend. Gerard Kreb, Piastri take a big chunk of points out of Lando and Max. Arnold saying, let's go, Charles. Leclerc 0.7. He's within DRS now. Will there be a coming together? They've been battling so close. It's one of those races. I think, by the way, I don't think there's that much pressure on Piastri or Leclerc, relatively speaking. It's not like huge pressure you need to win. Hopefully they come out of this. Whoever wins is a great battle and they shake hands. And that was a great race, mate. That's the best thing about racing for me, is the battles. Emu can barely move. Charles will make his move at the end. Paul Piani's crash to prioritise Lando. We'll see. Have I ever seen any drivers in real life? Yes, Charbel. I've interviewed lots of drivers. I've raced a lot of these drivers. I've raced Lando Norris in the F1 game as well. I've raced Verstappen in iRacing and also met them when I've been to events. That's why if you subscribe, we get more access to go to these events. So Piastri 0.7 seconds ahead. What about Lando? What's Lando up to? 37.6. Again, about 4/10 quicker. What's the gap saying? 5 seconds exactly the gap. Maybe it will come down to last lap with VRS. I don't know. CS from Melbourne, but I'm a Ferrari fan. Either way, happier. Welcome, Martin Nevitt. Great to have you on board. Welcome. Welcome to the community. We beat Max Futural as well in Forza. That was fun. What's going on here with Lando Norris? The lap time. 47.1. Verstappen very consistent. Oh, that ain't going to... That will cut it. That is more than a second. That is more than a second. 1.3 seconds. Valtteri's going to swap cars like it's season 1 of Formula E. Piastri still ahead of Leclerc. 0.6 seconds. Keep an eye on that. Carlos Sainz joins the party as well. Lando Norris is really pushing now. Chat, I can't look away from this. This is very exciting. Dilden wants Cousin on the podium. Seaman saying last lap overtake Fernando. Let's see. 6 laps to go. Leclerc being told. Perez gap 1.1. Perez still loitering. Perez still there. Oh my goodness. Piastri and Leclerc both kissing the barrier. It's racing of the highest order. This is what we want to see in Formula 1. This is what it's all about. Battle for the lead. Different cars. Battle for the championship leaders. You know, Hamilton's gone past Behrman, by the way. So I think he's already ahead of Behrman. Hamilton closing down on Colapinto. Time seems to be passing really slowly. Depends what kind of fan you are. If you're a Piastri fan, it's going very, very, very slowly. If you're a Leclerc fan, it's probably going too quickly. Piastri more than a second ahead this time around. Let's keep an eye on Verstappen does his fastest sector 1. But again, Lando half a second quicker. Half a second quicker in sector 1. What about sector 2? 4/10 quicker, so he's a second up already. I think Lando's going to get within the distance here. I think Lando's played some 8D chess because Lando was able to hold up Verstappen. Lance Stroll pits for the 8th time this race, and now he's going to be very, very, very close. What's the gap between Lando? It's another 1.3 second, and now the gap is 3.3 seconds. So at that rate, maybe if Lando can increase the pace within 2 or 3 laps, he's going to have 2 laps of DRS, I think. He's going to have 2 laps. Piastri broke DRS again, so Piastri stretching it out at the lead. What do we think there about Verstappen and Norris, everyone? Sue has watch out for Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz arrives at the party. Only one. Carlos Sainz within DRS of Perez. Will Carlos Sainz get P2 here? Absolute scenes. What if the Ferraris crash? Yes, please do join the Discord as well after the race if you want to continue the chatting and the conversation. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe. So much to do to get involved. Really interactive. It's not just watching TV. There's stuff we can do. Daniel, these aren't championship leaders. Yes, they are. Verstappen and Lando Norris are the championship leaders, my friend. Take a look at the standings. It's free and available. Adrian says Max will take Lando Norris off. This is going to be so tantalizing to see if Lando catches. Verstappen 38.2, Norris half a second quicker again. Seeing the gap, the gap seems to be becoming less each sector though. What about the second sector? Verstappen 43.8. Oh, 8 tenths, it's huge. It's huge. It's huge for Lando, everyone. It's huge. And Perez 4 tenths behind Lando. Maybe Leclerc's fallen off here. Maybe Carlos Sainz will get P2. Piastri's romping to victory now. Look at the gap between Lando and Verstappen. Welcome to all new subscribers. Mihir, Biggs, Jason Clark, Cash Britain as well. Please keep those subscriptions coming in and the likes. Really appreciate it. Norris and Verstappen, where are we now? Where are we? 1.5 seconds is the gap. At the end of this lap, Lando's going to have DRS. He's going to have 3 full DRS laps down the home straight. Piastri's checked out here fully. It's all gone wrong for Charles Leclerc. It's all gone horribly wrong here. And Carlos Sainz out of nowhere. It's going to RKO this. No rear tyres. No rear tyres at all. Charles Leclerc on the radio defending desperately from Sergio Perez. This is great news for Carlos Sainz. Are they going to come together? What's going to happen on the home straight this lap? Don't go anywhere. The home straight this lap. We're going to have Leclerc, Perez, Sainz, and then we're going to have, for the dessert, we're going to have Verstappen and Norris. I can't wait. I cannot wait for the next 20 seconds. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What's going to happen here? 4 laps to go. Basically 3 laps to go. Leclerc, 6 tenths ahead of Perez. Sainz, 8 tenths behind. Is Leclerc going to go defensive? Is Sainz going to sweep past? What about Verstappen and Norris? Norris is in DRS. It's all happening, everyone. It's all happening here. Right here. Leclerc, 5 tenths ahead of Sergio Perez. Surely we'll have to go defensive. Carlos Sainz also there as well. It's going to condense so much in Sector 1. It's going to condense in Sector 1. 3 tenths is the gap. Carlos Sainz, they're all with it. They're within like 6 tenths now. All 3 of them. They're not going to survive, surely. And Lando Norris, 4 tenths behind Verstappen. Verstappen on absolutely washed tyres. Is Norris going to get past into turn 1? Is Norris going to do it? Is Norris going to get ahead? Yes, he does. Norris gets ahead of Verstappen. Norris is going to close on Verstappen in the World Championship here. Strat 8 for Lando Norris. There we go. People were not able to get to the end on the tyres, and I think Verstappen's going to absolutely evaporate now. Leclerc, can he hold on to P2? Still 6 tenths. Oscar Piastri looking cool here. Oscar Piastri did not crack under pressure. Tag Heuer, where the others were wearing Rolexes, and they're absolutely battered now. Let's see what happens again on the home straight. Will Verstappen have a go? No, he won't. He's already out of DRS. It's disaster for Verstappen here. Verstappen's washed, everyone. Oh my goodness me. Oh my goodness. What's going to happen here? Carlos Sainz now closer to Perez than Perez sort of is to Leclerc. Verstappen's going to hate it. Go on, Lando. I want to see the emojis in the chat. If you're supporting a certain driver or team, let us know. So here we go again. Leclerc, Perez, Carlos Sainz. How's it going to end here? Is it going to be a double Ferrari podium? Puncture for someone. Puncture. Someone's got a puncture. It might have been a Haas. Welcome, Simba, as well. Good to see you, my friend. There's been a puncture from someone. Someone might come to a stop. What if we have a yellow flag or a safety car now? Abu Dhabi 21. Let's see. I think it might have been Nico Hülkenberg. I think it might have been Nico Hülkenberg. Colapinto in the points. Is it Nico Hülkenberg with a puncture? It might be Hülkenberg. Keep an eye on the second time. Yes, he got a disaster to one. Hülkenberg with a puncture. Will he make it to the end or not? Let's see. Carlos Sainz ahead of Perez. Down the home straight, everyone. How did it happen? Out of nowhere. Because Perez tried to go round the outside. Perez was ahead of Charles Leclerc. And they went side by side. Leclerc got back, and then Carlos Sainz swooped in and got Perez. Perez was momentarily in P2. Verstappen boxes. Why is Verstappen box there? He's going to lose positions. He's not going to get out ahead of Alfonso short. Oh, Ferrari off! Ferrari in the barrier. They've crashed. The Red Bull. Sergio Perez. Sergio Perez and Carlos Sainz have made contact. They're in the barrier. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe this at all. Oh my goodness, this is the most dramatic moment of the season so far, I would say. Even more than Lando Norris and Verstappen. Australia. Oh my God, what has happened here? Verstappen's going to finish P5. Lando's going to finish P4. So Sergio Perez and Carlos Sainz. What happened here? Sergio Perez was ahead. Oh no, what happened? What happened? What happened? Did they make contact? No, this is the beginning of how it happened. So Sergio Perez tried to overtake Charles Leclerc. He couldn't do it. Carlos Sainz zoomed up the inside. Sergio Perez tried to get him back into turn 2. They were side by side. Perez up the inside. Oh! What's happened here? Did Carlos Sainz turn in? Did Carlos Sainz turn in? Whose fault is that? This was a battle for P3. Did Sainz turn in? The last lap is going to happen. It is going to be Oscar Piastri who wins. Always no, it must have been Sergio Perez was too close. It must have been Sergio Perez was too close there. And there was a huge crash. There was a huge crash here. Sergio Perez, if he's caused that. If he's caused that. Oh my goodness me. Oh my goodness me. If he's caused that, chat. If he's caused that. No, I don't. I don't think Carlos Sainz would have turned left like that. It must have been fishtail. It must have been Carlos Sainz is slowly getting out of the car. I think the race is done almost. I think, is it last lap? Is it done? No, Piastri's going to win. Piastri, Leclerc, George Russell out of nowhere is going to get a P3. We're all under VSC, I believe. We're under VSC right now, chat. We're under VSC. We're under VSC because Carlos Sainz is walking around his car. I think he's going to have some work. He's walking quite gingerly there. I think that's Perez's fault. And did Verstappen get fastest? No, he didn't get fastest lap because he didn't get fastest lap. Naomi Campbell is doing the checkered flag. He wanted to go fastest lap. He got out just ahead of Alonso, but anyway. So Piastri's going to win this under VSC. What a finish. I'm pretty sure Perez will be to blame there. I'm pretty sure Perez will be to blame. I'm pretty sure Sergio Perez will be to blame there. Pierre Gasly's weirdly pitted. Basically, what happened is... are you ready for me to explain it all the way? Actually, let's just celebrate Piastri winning here. Piastri going to win. Both drivers okay. Piastri, Leclerc, Russell. Lando Norris is going to finish P4, everyone. 15 to P4. So Sergio Perez has gifted Lando a great result here. Oh my goodness me. He's gifted Lando more points. Yes, he's gifted Verstappen more, but he's gifted Verstappen Lando points. So there we go. Oscar Piastri wins. So let me explain what happened. So the order was, you had Charles Leclerc in P2. You had Sergio Perez in P4, and you had Carlos Sainz in... So I want to get this exactly right for you. I'm going to have to close my eyes. You had Charles Leclerc in P2. You had Sergio Perez in P3 and Carlos Sainz in P4. Going down the home straight into turn 1, Sergio Perez momentarily overtakes Charles Leclerc to take P2. But then Charles Leclerc comes back, pushes Sergio Perez wide, and Sergio Perez is compromised. So you got Charles Leclerc in P2, Sergio Perez in P3, and then Carlos Sainz, who was in P4, he hasn't been compromised. He overtakes Sergio Perez on the exit. So then you have Leclerc in P2, Perez P3, Leclerc in P2, Sainz P3, Perez P4. Then Sergio Perez goes side by side in between corners corners 2 and corners 3. Perez on the inside, Carlos Sainz on the outside, and then it looks like Carlos Sainz massively turns in, but it must have been contact on the right rear like we saw at Monaco with Kevin Magnussen. Welcome Grain Games. There was not a red flag because they just VSC'd it till the end. Williams double points. McLaren are going to win constructors because of Perez. Yeah, Perez is... Honestly, if Red Bull wanted a catalyst to fire Sergio Perez, that's it. That's your catalyst. That's your catalyst there, because I don't... To me, if Sergio Perez has caused that, that is unacceptable. Because he was so close. You can go side by side, but you don't have to go that close. McLaren overtaking constructors. Papaya celebrating all day. Professor saying, oh boy. Anaf Colapinto better than Sargent. Yeah, question marks about why they didn't just stick Colour Winter in earlier. Thanks, Adrian Parker. Great race and best commentary. We can only commentate what we've got. By the way, please, 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 if you've enjoyed it, hit that subscribe button. 2,000 people watching. If you all subscribed, we get so close to our goal of 100k subscribers. I'm going to listen into the interviews here and let you know what's going on. Charlotte Clerk on the radio. Clerk pretty downbeat, and I think he feels pretty bad for Carlos, it seems. Yolanda, what a plot twist. Isabel Perez said there'd be a Rally Pintano at Singapore. That might be moved. That meeting might be moved forward in the calendar. A meeting with Sergio Perez, Christian Horner, and HR booked in using Workday. Lucy Perez, truly washed. Thanks, Chai. I really appreciate you being in the stream. Thanks, Will Parsonage, as well. Amy, someone said something in Carlos's car blue. I want to see it again. I want to see it again. Thanks, Doctor. Thanks, Craig. Thanks, Wilson. Thanks, Lynn. Adam saying Sergio fired. Well, let's see. There's a radio message from Sergio Perez. Can we play it? Can we play it?
What the f*** is he did, man? What the f***? Is she crazy or what? Idiot.
I'm going to suspect...
Yeah, boy. Lovely. Lovely job, Oscar. Great afternoon. Fantastic.
What happened there? What happened?
Are you okay?
Yeah, but I don't get it.
It's like he's just woken up. And he's like... What happened? Thanks, Jump, for your love. No way did he blame Sainz for this. Post-race interviews are going to be wild. Thanks, Scranton Beats. Yeah, I got the V3s. It was an intense crash. It was indeed. It was indeed. I really enjoyed spending this time with you as well. I've really enjoyed the streams. I've really enjoyed the last... I always enjoy the streams, but I've really enjoyed the last 3 years. It felt really cool. Science sounds concussed. That's a good point. Do you have any doctors? Do we have any doctors in the chat? Perez could have come out of this having beaten Verstappen in P4 and looking like a hero, looking like a Don, looking like a G. And instead he comes out looking like an idiot. Is that fair to say? No way, Suez. Thanks, Lucy. It's all gone. Adrian, hi from Mexico. Perez, what's the vibe with Perez in Mexico, my friend? Thanks, Zoe. Perez might just have secured the World Championship, what, for McLaren? Mama Piastri going to be over the moon? Yes, indeed. Perez might just be the new Gotifi. Is that, are you trying to rap there? Thanks, JB. Getting better every race. It's been nice having the some extra elements here. Thanks, Hornet Show. Thank you. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. We couldn't quite hit 500 likes, but, you know, we're not going to hit everything every race, so... Thanks, Jay. Morpheus, a few races ago I said Lando should be red back to Verstappen, it'll be Oscar rode out. By the way, we're going to do some shorts after this race. As in, I'm going to record some shorts and they're going to go live on TikTok and here and on the Motorsport channels. We've got a new process where we're going to answer the big questions. So what would be great... I think I know the big questions from this race, but in the future we'll have a place where you can ask the question and I'll respond to them directly in shorts. Lando's getting all the plaudits here. Lando looks really happy. Lando's looking like a G. Finished P4. I need to see it again. I don't know why I'm just not getting replays of this. Like, that's all I want to see, to be honest. How's Christian Horner going to spin this? If Christian Horner can't even be bothered to spin it, you know Perez is done. Christian will be like, well, you know. Yeah, Oscar. great for McLaren, this. I don't think I can play actual live audio. I don't think that's would be allowed to do that. Amy just broke everything in the room. What did you break exactly, Amy? Thanks, Rowan. Thanks, Jade McCready. Great to have you, Jade. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Professor of Logic's looked at it. Looks like Perez, it's quite a logical take, hopefully. Looks like Perez was going straight and Carlos was veering just a bit to the left until tyres touched. My initial reaction, if you saw me live, was like, oh, why is Carlos turning left? But I was like, surely Carlos wouldn't turn left. And maybe the radio message from Carlos is like, why? What happened? Oh, what happened here? Thanks, Craig. Nobody can slam Lando. Mark says, I'm not sure this was Perez's fault. Hang on, hold the horses, everyone. Flint, devastating for Perez. Thanks, Emmo. David McLean says, hi, bud, it's me, David McLean. What have I missed? Well, you just missed one of the most dramatic races of the year. And it's great to see, as I hope they would do, Lando and, Oscar and Charles are like talking like this, or like how we're defending and whatnot. Are like, oh, I saw how you defended there. I didn't. That's exactly what I do in these races. Like, oh, I just couldn't get you on the exit. But I was quick on the way in, but your exit was better. Today is Independence Day in Mexico. Is that why Canelo fought today? Behrman in the points. Colo Pinto P8. Colo Pinto for IMF president. Eli rubbish truck the Grace race. Professor Naz, right front tyre for Perez touching rear left. Thanks, D6. Remember, it's back-to-back. We're going to be back in Singapore next week. I would love to do these live at the races, by the way. That's kind of the dream. Honestly, if everyone who liked this and watched it did subscribe, just on the channel generally, we would have like 300,000 subscribers. That's what the analytics says. And I think then I'd be able to say to like a brand or sponsor, like, oh, can we go and do a watch-along live at the circuit? And then have a paddock pass and like try and interview drivers. And we'll put your brand on the screen. So, thanks, Miko Gattis. Nice architecture. Where's that? Well, in Baku. Welcome. Thanks, Dan King. Thanks, Shirley Lamb from Singapore. Shirley, can we stay over? Can we stay over with Shirley? How many retirements? Phantom's a shame for Perez on page people at P2. Phantom's going to be helping me do the shorts. So we're going to be doing some short form content about the big issues, and one of them, I think, Phantom, is going to be who was at fault. Who was at fault, Sergio Perez or Carlos Sainz? We might want to get that one ready. Thanks, Eli. Thanks, Chase. Perez and Leclerc both cut their tyres. Adrian, you should be on TV, mate. Honestly, I don't think I could do TV because those guys are on a different level when it comes to professionalism and like things you can say and can't say and whatever. But I'm not just saying this because I can't do it, but I think I prefer doing this because we can actually chat, whereas on TV you'd just be staring at auto key. So I like the fact we're doing this. I would like it to be a blend. Like, I'd like to have the access, the TV level access, and do this. I think that's the ultimate thing, and I can be like, oh, hey, Carlos, what happened? You know, people saying this and whatever. So, Shirley's gonna be watching the stream of Singapore GP. Very nice. I think I do an okay job of responding to comments because most of my time I'm looking this way. Anyway, I think one thing I do a good job of is responding to comments. I'd like to think. W stream today from David, but you're Marcelo Pacheco. What's going on? Should we just hype it up as well, like for the drama? Charles Leclerc's giving his interview. This needs to be one of those Bottas moments where they look behind on the screen. Like, what do you think of this? I think they might be playing it. Thanks, Isabel. It's all about the mods, all about the chat though, these streams. That's the reality. We know that's the reality. Thanks, Matt McGuigan. Thank you. Thanks, Marcelo. To a Piastri win. Yeah, by the way, thanks, Amy. Isn't it just a great, like, leaderboard here? You've got Alfonso, Albon, Colapinto, Behrman all in there. Norris had a great result as well from P15. So I do get invited to events from time to time. So I did get invited to the launch night of the F1 arcade, and Crofty was there as well. All the Sky people were there. He's a fellow West Ham fan. I didn't record anything with him, but I did speak to David Coulthard in that video. And I did get invited to some Sky F1 thing at the beginning this year, but I didn't think it was worth going. But yeah, it'd be cool to do more. Obviously, Peroni got interested, and I think if I want to grow this, I think Formula E is great because Formula E I have that access, but obviously the reach of Formula E is a lot less than Formula 1. That's the reality. But I can learn a lot in Formula E by like interviewing drivers and trying to do watch-alongs. We really wanted to do a watch-along live at the circuit. We really wanted to do it in Misano, and just technically we couldn't get it to happen. But I was able to use that setup, and I did a watch-along I was in Greece this year, wasn't I, for a race? We did a watch-along in Greece, which is really cool to do it remotely. Yeah, Piastri into you. I'll just see what you're saying. I'm just really enjoying. I'm becoming a big Piastri fanboy, actually. Quatty will take over the stream. Mark Webber's listening to Piastri. Old Aussie Grit. Crofty's a flog. What's a flog? Adrian, North London Derby in 10 minutes. It's a North London Derby. It's the North London Derby. It's Hemel Hempstead versus Enfield, right? Rory, you're back. Welcome, David Cotton. Welcome, Dwan, as well. Oscar's a cool guy. I just think Oscar's just a cool, chilled guy. Very confident, but not over... For me, okay, and I'd be really interested to know what you think about this, because maybe I'm reading it wrong. I feel like, and we'll go off last season, maybe, Oscar has as much confidence as Lando, but it never comes across as arrogant. I'll pause there. What do you think? I've never left. What do you think? Oscar's hard and cool. Did Oscar win a hard fought? It was a hard fought. Oscar did win a hard fought race. It was a great overtake, and he had to defend a lot from Leclerc. I think at time to time he was overtaken. And he also managed the tyres better. Isabel Flug agrees. Gerard Piastri is cool ahead, and Lando won every championship moving up to F1. Professor, I think things are bubbling in McLaren, kind of like Mercedes 2014. That's great that we have a relationship with McLaren on this channel, to be honest. So, yeah, that's really cool. Oscar's second win. Oscar can still... Anyway, it's not going to be overshadowed, this one. Oscar can still finish second in the championship. I think Lando will be absolutely delighted that that gap hasn't been as big as it could have been. Flint, Piastri is a winning mindset for sure. Is the Aussie national anthem, is it a banger? Is it a certified banger, chat? It's not just... No, it's... I was going to say something really stupid there. I was going to say something so stupid. It would be one of the stupid things I've said. Should I say it anyway? No, some things are so stupid you shouldn't even say them. Eddie created there have been 7 different race winners. Yeah, the last 8 or so races have been absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Professor's a great race, and it was great to have... This is what I mean. It was great to have so much insight in the chat. Like, I feel like... let me listen to Cooldown. Ah, they went to an advertising break. What are you doing? I guess I won't listen to the cooldown room. I feel like I want to be sure I really mean this, but I feel like if I wasn't doing these watch-alongs, I would watch it. And the reason is I genuinely enjoy learning about a race and the dynamics and other points of view and what's going on up and down the grid, more than just when I was a kid watching Formula 1 and it was kind of like cool to just see the cars and stuff. I like looking at who's moving where, who's Hulkenberg's got a puncture. What's gonna happen? It's more like what's gonna happen. Oh, what happens if he pits now? Oh, he's pitted. What happens if so-and-so doesn't pit? Oh, the tire's going off. What happens? I feel like the reason I enjoy this is kind of like a lot of like what happens, and then we work it out. Like, could you imagine me? I would have no interest. I would have zero interest doing this stream if it wasn't interactive. Like, if I wasn't able to watch what people are saying and ask questions and learn, I'd have no interest in doing this. 100%. So if a brand approached me and said, oh, we really like what you do, we'd like you to do watch-alongs for us and we'll pay you, because I don't get paid to do this, obviously, and we'll pay you, but you have to do it in a studio, and we're going to provide everything, and you're just going to watch the stream and talk about it. I'd be like, no, that doesn't work for me. Anyway, I was trying to like understand what I enjoy and like explain it. Mark, I almost excuse say super stuff. Mark, just stay subscribed and you'll no longer say any super stuff. Perez going to be penalised? That's a good question. Is anyone going to get penalised? Is anyone going to get penalised? Oh, that was the reaction. The ooh. I was at a replay that they showed before the advertising break. Flint TV can be guilty just for a lead car, but this is not for everyone as well. I'm not going to pretend that this is for everyone. Like, some people will just want to see the cars, and the fact on this stream you don't see the cars, it's like immediate. Yeah, that's definitely not for me. And that's absolutely fine. So I feel like this is not going to be everyone, but I feel like for some people, it's going to be even better. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Colo Pinto getting more points than Sargent in just 2 races. Colo Pinto just absolutely desecrating the the like legacy of Logan Sargent. Welcome Netpok. Seems like a racing incident. Surely I'm going to get a view of it now. Surely, surely, surely. I'd love to see my cars, but point blank, I won't give my to Murdoch to do so. Well, I think in Germany it's free. I think the probably the ultimate way is you have your broadcast on through your provider, and then you have this interactive element, and ideally synced. Jacob, where Perez was almost back, didn't see replay yet. Was it his fault or Sainz? We'll see. 7 Mercedes engines in the top 9. Wow. Mercedes-powered Williams have absolutely dominated this. Why are Aston Martin going to Honda? Well, I suppose Aston Martin... Well, Aston Martin P6. I think Alfonso's a P6 is a great result. The Penguin. Why have I not... No, that's a movie. Thanks, Mac. Thanks, JB. I'm not sure I have all the knowledge. I have some I can talk about it. Solar taking Science at fault. Well, hopefully I'm going to find out rather than watching adverts for League 2. Am I not on... I'm on main event! I was on main event. I was going to watch North London Derby. It's the podium. It's the podium. Bro, can you put English subtitles next race? I'm speaking in English. RTL's only broadcasting a few. Have they got any more? Aussie Anthem and UK Anthem. Good combo. Nice sort of drop shadow they've added to the F1 logo behind the podium. Slap that like button. Oh, 421. Close. Good effort. I love how Ferrari is the official... It's a different Ferrari. I love how there's a Ferrari champagne or sparkling wine, probably, manufacturer, because it's such a historic brand. I love how they coexist in Formula 1. Like, there's so much confusion there from a trademark perspective. It's so... You could not get something more confusing, and yet it still works. Azerbaijan with a Norris Prix trophy. Norris was almost on the damn podium. Maybe English second language, yeah, but I think it has CC. I can't subtitle it myself. It's a self-service subtitle, and it will be live generated. You can try it now, see what it says. Farid Gaibov, Minister of Youth, giving the trophy to Charles Leclerc. It's sparkling wine. Champagne, yeah, because when I went to the F1 arcade, they were like, this is champagne, and it was... Oh, who is it? And when at Formula E, the lady who does the announcement, she says, And now the Tattinger. She says like, and the Tattinger, I think. Unless I'm going to get that brand wrong. Sorry for Marie. When I went to the F1 arcade, they were like, this is actually champagne. It's in my video. If you look at my F1 arcade launch day video, I asked the lady, I'm like, what is this? She's like, it's actually champagne. I can't remember the brand though. I personally don't really like champagne. I just don't. I probably never had good champagne. It's kind of like, I only have champagne that's been opened for a few days and it's like been out of the fridge for a while. We did. Do you remember once we opened some martini? We won a big race and we opened some martini here. And we did a shoey on stream when we won at iRacing 4 hours. Hear in English, read in English. Okay, try it. Can you put it on in auto-translate? Welcome, Vito from Earth. Franco shushing the doubters' mouths up. Who's Franco? Can you please add the driver's radio chat to the screen, please? Yeah, it's here, mate. It's above me. We want to do it, though. The thing is, by the way, you know, they're a competitor. I don't see them as competitors. I see them like peers. And we chat from time to time. Like, they're really cool people. Like, one of them is Racing Statistics. But I think they're a company. I think they have a website that is actually Racing Statistics. Their risk appetite and their reason for doing stuff might be different. Like, my reason for doing this is because I want to hang out with the community. I want to watch the race anyway. I want to get more into F1 and motorsport and all this kind of stuff. So I'm okay with, if I wanted to maximize this for views. That's the reason why we don't show the F1 manager footage. It was just too risky. We kept getting taken down because people were like, oh, yeah, that's an F1 broadcast. And then I had to, after the fact, be like, no, it isn't. So I could show that and probably get more views back. So it's like, there's a few considerations. Closed captioning. I'll have a look at it. Maybe does it work on any live stream? Race, by the way. OBS has closed captioning. Okay, I can try that then. I can try that and burn it in, actually. I didn't know that. Good point, Adrian. I will look into it. Chat. I now need to record the shorts. So I'm going to do that. And I need to do some VR racing. So I'm going to be doing some racing in VR. So I need to do that. Maybe F1 in VR, actually. And I need to do a video about some earbuds. I released some earbuds. I need to do a video about that. And I need to do the sim racing show. And I need to do Gran Turismo 7 weekly challenges video. So basically on a Sunday is my day of doing YouTube stuff. So I've really enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Really appreciate everyone just hanging out, and it's been a fun race, and I'm glad that, you know, I'm glad everyone's okay, obviously. And there'll be some analysis of the crash for sure, but we'll be back in Singapore next week for the night race. Always got a big feel about it. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a very nice Sunday, wherever you are in the world, and a nice next week. And we'll see each other again, definitely on a live stream next weekend. And lots of exciting stuff coming on the channel beforehand. I'm going to be with Logitech. I don't have any... Maybe Logitech are going to release an F1 wheel. We'll see. We'll find out on Tuesday. I'll see you then. Let's play us out. Let's go to the end bit. Okay, everyone. There we go. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Appreciate you. And I'll see you next time. How do I end it? Got to end it at the end.